find our courage, time to be deployed. Make our only stand here, make our roles complete. All we waited for now, past the future meet. Get your weapons ready, kiss loved ones goodbye. Now our time is coming, and it is not the time to cry. Fight the war. Fight the war. Fight the war. Oh, who cares why we're fighting? It's about the fight. Let the writers writing settle wrong from right. In the time of conflict, when the bullets fly, in the space of seconds, a life you cannot buy. Face the facts before you, face the simple truth. We're hopelessly outnumbered, it's tragic but it's true. Make your last formation, take the final road. Now it's time for endings, now it's time to go. Fight the war. Oh, fight the war. Fight the war. That's what I'm talking about. I'm fighting the war because it's a Tuesday. Oh, yeah. What's going on, everyone? Welcome, Arvanauts, to a Tuesday stream. Welcome to November 5th, 2019. It is our first Tuesday in November, and that means that it is time for Tolkien Tuesdays with Night of the Nazgul, the gamebook, continuing gamebook play, with illustration by, of course, the inimitable, immortal TariToons. And I will introduce her in just a moment. But before I do that, I do want to remind everybody about ways to support the stream. If you have not done so already, please follow the channel. Please make sure to check out the YouTube channel with the !ArvTube. Check out the Discord with the !ArvCord. Don't forget to check out the Twitter with the !ArvTweets. The website for all of this is arvaneleron.com. And while we're on the subject of tweeting, by the way, !tweet will allow you to retweet the stream. So please go do that, because it really does make a difference when we can kind of broaden out beyond just the lovely Twitch community and kind of get other people engaged and involved in this as well outside of that community. So that would be lovely if you're able to do that. And on the financial side, we have three ways to help. One is the shop, !ArvShop, where you can get merchandise for Infinity and Beyond and Adventures in Middle-earth stuff. Unofficial, of course, that is not officially licensed, but it does involve some characters from our AIMing campaign that have been illustrated by TariToons, so you'll definitely want to check that out. And then, of course, we also have some Esper Genesis stuff, which is going to be on the way there pretty soon over on that shop. So again, shirts, hats, bandanas, mouse pads, all that kind of good stuff over there. Then we've got the Patreon, !ArvTreon, sitting at 302. cool stuff for you and cool stuff for the channel. I still have to update my inspiration list and update a couple of other things to catch up with the Patreon. I have the newsletter to do, but I will be doing that in the next couple of days or so. I am just about done with the first draft of this middle grade manuscript that I'm desperately trying to get out before the next wave of paper comes in for my semester. So I've been busy doing a lot of that stuff, but soon that stuff will be arriving. And last but certainly not least, that sub button, which I am very grateful that TariToons was kind enough to resub for that 22 months. So we are now sitting at about 48, 49 subs almost, I think. So we are closing in on that 50 level and then continuing to push up and onwards as we move towards the end of the year. So please consider jumping on board with that. That is the financial backbone of the channel, the sub and the Patreon system, and it really does make a difference in being able to bring you awesome things, including stuff like we've got going on tonight. Now, we have some pretty cool stuff happening for you today. It gets underway now with Night of the Nazgul, and then we are going to be over at GOG with Pen and Pixels at 4 p.m. Eastern, playing Pathfinder Kingmaker as per usual. What's up, Kevin Guy? Thank you. This channel supported. They have their own Patreon. Outstanding, Big Boss. That's well done. Thanks a lot, Kevin. I appreciate it. And also, what's up, Ben? So, yes, we have got the Pen and Pixels, again, Pathfinder Kingmaker is going to be over there. And then, right now, we are scheduled for the Our Vocalist to happen this evening. I still think it's going to probably happen this evening at 9 p.m. Eastern with Ace Attorney, Apologist Ace Attorney. But one of our number, Zach, is actually dealing with some con crud sickness, and so Zach may not be able to do it, and so I have to just confirm a couple things in terms of the sort of people that we are participating. So I'm still pretty sure that we're going to be doing it, but I can't 100% guarantee it. So just be aware that that is a thing, and that I can't 100% guarantee that this is going to occur, but probably. Okay, one sec here. Okay, grab something that I need. Okay. And then the last thing that I need to mention is just to look at the schedule for the rest of this week. So we have this going on now. Then on, let's see. So we've got this going on now. And I just remember that I have to do one other thing. Let's see. I just realized I have to do one note. Okay, so then on Friday, I believe we have got some, let's pop this up so we can actually see. Shut up! Yes, well, we'll see. I don't know. I don't want to speak for Tren, but we'll see how that goes. So yes, so this Friday we have got more Neverwinter Nights, Tyrants of the Moonsea. I've been really loving that game, so that's going to be fun. And then Saturday the 9th, we have D&D with Infinity and Beyond Curse of Strahd. Now, one quick note about that. That may get pushed back an hour because I may be having a very delayed birthday party happening on Saturday, which would be wrapping up somewhere around 6 p.m. So that the D&D stuff may get pushed back. D&D schedule. In fact, I'm just writing myself 2 notes to look at. So yes, so that may end up happening. And in that case, we would be starting closer to 8 p.m. or 8:30 rather than starting at 7 p.m. So I'm just letting everybody know that we are still going to be doing it. It's still going to be happening on the 9th, but it may be happening a little bit later than we would normally get underway. So that's what we've got going on. And then next week, we're back here with Adventures in Middle-earth Wilderland Adventures. We have Emberwind, we have Hearts of Wulin, and other stuff happening. So, but that's what we've got going on for today. Now, just before I introduce Terry, let me get rid of that. Let me just pop up my webcam this way. Good to see you all. Hello. And I just wanted to do this to sport my handy dandy new I voted sticker and my GunSense voter. There we go. GunSense voter shirt, provided by the excellent Everytown USA. Just to remind everybody that if you were in the States, it is election day today. Now, it's not the biggest election day. Biggest election day is going to be when we vote to stop fascism and take back our country, and that will happen next year. But in the run-up to stopping fascism and taking back our country, we have to vote every single time for every possible election. That's how democracies work, is when you vote all the time, constantly. So I went and I voted today. They had basically a set of things mostly that were unopposed. They had one vote, one person that was kind of a technically contested election, and then they had a bunch of these sort of ballot initiatives. And I went and I voted, and it took me like 5 minutes when I actually got in there, maybe 10 at most. I took my daughter with me because it's important. Little Larv is home from school because of parent-teacher conferences today and tomorrow at her school, and so I took her with me, and I've taken her to a bunch of these things. She has another one of these stickers herself, even though she technically, of course, she didn't vote, but she has these stickers with her because it's important. So if you were a parent, please bring your kids along, let them know what you're doing. If you are not a parent, and if you're just sort of hanging out yourself, and you're living in America, go vote. Every time, without exception, because this is how this is how your voice is heard. And if you don't show up because you're like, there's nothing really important going on, that's another example of how your voice can be kind of removed from the equation. And they want you to be removed from the equation. Do not let them. Make sure that your voice is heard all the time in every situation. So make sure that you can do that. That would be key. So now, having said all of that, now that I've done my little civic duty and given my little the more you know type of thing, that means it is now time for us to jump over to our wonderful illustrator. And so I'm going to unmute myself and then unmute her. And with no further ado, move us over to Tolkien Quest as we return to the land of Tolkien Quest, and we welcome in the amazingly talented, as I take off the cover image, there we go, TariToons. Hello, Terry. How are you? How's everything?
Oh, hi.
There is Terry. And Terry is not alone, Big Boss. So you folks know, TariToons is not alone today.
No, I'm being watched.
I
have a kitten since yesterday. She's somewhere in the room. I don't see or hear her right now. I don't know where she went. Which is always
She's
a bit
5
scary.
miles away now. She's like, woohoo!
Well, she's probably in her box sleeping. But yeah, I'm not alone. I would have let her sit on my lap, but we tried that during setup, and it was like, nope, she's not gonna let me draw. She's just gonna keep trying to play with my sleeve while I draw, which is not very practical, let me tell you. So yeah, but if you at any point hear any weird noises in the background, that's a cat, just so that you all know. Like clackering noises or meowing or I don't know.
But so far she's doing well though, right? You said she's like
Yes,
settling in and all that.
Yeah, so far. Like she wants my attention since I sat down at the PC. But aside from that, yeah, she seems to be doing well.
Oh, that's good.
Like when we let her out last night, when we arrived at home, like let her out of the transport box, like she immediately started to look around and started purring and was like, "Ooh, exciting!"
That's
Seemed
cool.
to like everything, yeah.
So she sounds like a pretty. Well, I was going to say chill, but maybe it's more just.
She's super chill.
She's chill, but then when she wants to play, she's very much engaged and involved.
Like I'm assuming she's gonna be even more chill once she's grown up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
No, that's awesome. So we will be showing next week, folks. Adventures of Middle Earth is coming back at you, and we will be showing pictures. Then you will see the cat in the flesh.
Well, like not pictures, but like she will actually be on.
I mean,
stream.
like live, yeah. Like you'll see her in person, so to speak, or in cat, I guess. What tablet does Terry draw with? What do you asks Coven Guy?
I have a bamboo pen CTL 470.
That sounds super impressive. I don't know what that is.
No, it's really not. It's like rather, it's a budget one. The Wacom Bamboo series is like, yeah.
I see.
Yeah. Like I had it like for quite a while now, actually. Like I think for like 6 or 7 years now.
Wow.
So yeah.
Yours is cheaper, Coven. you have the paper tablet. Yours is the actual thing where you draw on a notepad. You're like, it's an actual notepad, and then you just like show it to people. So it's actually cheaper than that. But anyway, yes, that is how Terry does her amazing work. That and her own, inimitable talent. But it is great to have Terry back with us, and it's great to continue. I still draw on stone tablets. Yeah, there you go. And it's great to get back into Night of the Nazgul. So When last we left our heroes, we were given instructions by Strider himself to warn the hobbits of the Shire of the imminent arrival of the Black Riders, basically, to warn everybody about the arrival of the Nazgul. And so we immediately set off to do so. Our job was to warn Hobbiton, that's the biggest thing we have to do, which is farthest west. And then we were also supposed to warn Buckland, the Marish, the Bridgefields, and Tuckborough if we could. And so far we've made, I would say, decent decent time to this point. I would say that we've managed to make. The only thing I don't know is I'm looking at this thing and I don't know why it says 875. I'm very confused about this number, why it says 875. Because I know that we're kind of making things work for something else. So let me just make sure that I understand why we're doing that. Okay, so we've got stamina is like endurance. Okay, so we've got that. And then we've got strength, but that should definitely not be 875. I don't even know what that is. I am going to immediately pop up the video so I can see what the heck the last thing was that it said we had, because that is not helpful and I don't know what they're talking about. So give me just 1 second. I did not notice this before we got started. Okay, Night of the Nazgul. There we go. All right, there's this. Let's go to this.
So for people who haven't been around for the last time we played this book, I'll need some, but like have seen by other drawing things, like you all need to know that like when it comes to hobbits and the likes, I draw them very, very differently from my other stuff. Like everything looks way more cartoonier when I draw hobbits, just because of proportions. And I'm a bit I have a little bit of a cold, I'm sorry. So coughing. But yeah, like don't be confused about my drawing style looking so different from usually. That's just how I draw hobbits.
Right. Oh, I have so many thoughts about that, Coven. I will answer that in a minute. I don't know what this I think the skill thing is wrong, so I'm going to get rid of that. Also, for some reason, this thing did not... Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. There it all is. Because I was like, what the frick? Okay, there we go. Now this makes sense. So yeah, now we've got it set properly. So here we go. So skill equals time. That's why. Okay. Now it all makes sense. So 875 is the amount of minutes that we have spent so far, because we have limits, right, in terms of how fast we can get somewhere. Okay, now I remember. It's all coming back to me. So skill equals times. That's 875. Luck equals strength. So our strength right now is an 8. Stamina equals endurance. So our endurance is 34 out of 36. Our melee offensive bonus is 0. Our missile offensive bonus, because we made our person into more of a distance person, is a 1. General bonus, excuse me, is 3. Trickery is 0. Perception equals 2. Excuse me. Magical is -1. We are not particularly magical. We have a running bonus of 1, a defensive bonus of 1. We have a bow and 9 arrows, a silver dagger, and a map. And we have 2 healing herbs. And our save point is 8D on the map, which I will explain in a minute. But before I do that, we should show our character, whose name is Laura Hopesinger, the Hobbit. So do you want to flash up that... we have, I think, a color drawing of her, don't we? You want to show that quick, Terry?
Here you go.
There we go. Laura Hopesinger. Yeah, that's right. She is full of verve and vigor and, confidence and all that kind of good stuff. And feels just like, it really is peak anime, can I just say? Like, it's really great. I love it. So that is Laura Hopesinger, and we are making our way west, and have so far managed to succeed. We have used up, however, 875 seconds, or we've taken 875 seconds so far. Yes.
So if I just may, like for contrast, like this is how I draw hobbits, and oh wait, where is that other drawing? And this is how I drew Aragorn. So
yeah, in case anyone was worried about it, yeah.
That's
He's like, don't make me anime.
Too late, my dude.
I'm not anime. Yeah, so that's totally understandable. I think it completely fits the sort of Hobbit perception. So that's good stuff. Now, Filthy hobbitses. I mean, what a splendid young hobbit woman. Yes, Big Boss, exactly. Now, as far as my answer to that question, Coven, so I understand why the film left out the confrontation with Saruman because the feeling was already that there were like 5 different, endings basically to the movie, although that's not true. But already people were, complaining about the fact that it seemed like there was a lot at the end of it. And so having yet another ending would have made sense. I understand why they did it, but I think it's a shame because I think the Scouring of the Shire, which is the end of the original Lord of the Rings book, is enormously important because it really tells you about the impact of the war on the home front, that it doesn't just stay in the battlefield, it comes home with the soldiers. And it says a great deal about the nature of how evil is portrayed. And there is just something so incredibly petty and vile about Saruman and the way that his end finally comes. Man, I always love that moment because like the end of Saruman, which for those of you who haven't read, I'm about to spoil, the end of Saruman where basically Wormtongue just snaps, jumps on him, pulls back his head, cuts his throat, and runs off down the lane, and is then shot by arrows. Yeah, take that, Dark George Martin. Like if you want gritty, this is what you get. And it's so petty for this once great and powerful wizard to just be reduced to this kind of like nothing, like kind of petty stuff. And there's quite a bit, by the way, of there's definitely resonances of Satan in the Garden of Eden coming back as a snake in John Milton's view and sort of corrupting people, not with anything that could really do any damage to anybody, but that could just cause lots of problems. And oh man, so good. And yes, the hobbits do it entirely themselves. So I think that Scouring of the Shire is incredibly important. I spent quite a bit of time on it in my class. I did, in fact, for this semester when we got to that. But I understand why the movies did not do it. So but anyway, yeah, and also, do you want to just quickly show? I'm sorry to interrupt you again, Terry. Do you want to show the Shire also that you
Oh yeah,
posted?
sure. Also, like, remind me that when you come to Europe to teach whatever, that like I need to catch one of your classes.
Oh yeah, I have to take that's right. I actually will be teaching. If that all worked out, I would be teaching a course in revenge tragedy and in world building. So yeah, that would be what happened probably, although that's not set in stone. So there is the idyllic Shire, and you can see where they all live, and that is the thing that is threatened by the Nazgul, which we must protect. They took it home. Nice, Big Boss. That's well done. It's very, very up in the air. I haven't even really announced anything yet, Big Boss, because I don't know anything. There is a chance that I might end up teaching in Rome in fall 2020 because of St. John's has a campus there, and there might be a teaching abroad opportunity. I have a sabbatical that I got for spring 2021, which again, I think I announced, but I haven't made a big thing of yet. I want to make a big like, woohoo, announcement about it when it's all confirmed. So the spring 2021 sabbatical is definite, but I don't know yet about whether I'm going to be teaching abroad, but I might be. We have a course thing that I sent off to them, and they would like me to do it if we can get the number of students that is required. So possibly. And if that happened, then that would be pretty slick. ArfCon confirmed EU chapter. Oh, I mean, trust me. One of the reasons that I would be doing that is there is a nonfiction project that may or may not have some connections with Twitch that would be involving some face-to-face meetings with people, including actually the lovely person who is on the call with me right now. So,
who is that?
So it's your cat. It's actually your cat.
Okay.
I just want to make sure I meet up with your cat and say hi. But no, yeah. So there are a lot of those things that are going to happen. So yes, I will have much more to say about that, Big Boss. Next year may be a very big year in a lot of ways. So here's hoping for the best. All right. With that said, though, it is time for us to get into the game. So let's get our music up, queued up and going. And let me see. What do we...
Like last time we had Battle for Middle Earth, I think.
Battle for Middle Earth. That's what we did last time, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go with... Tolkien Games OST. Let's see. Ooh, there's a Fellowship of the Ring OST extended version. Interesting. There's also the Lord of the Rings Volume 1 SNES. let me see if... Oh, nice. Yeah, totally. All right, that's what we want to do. So I'll put a link in Zoom chat.
Okay, thank you.
So this is from SNES. I don't think I ever played the Lord of the Rings Volume 1 for SNES. Why was I not told this was a thing? Some of you people have been falling down on the job.
Wait, didn't like way back in the day, like didn't what's his name? The Angry Video Game Nerd do an episode about it, and apparently the game is like absolutely horrible or something.
Oh, really? That could be, and it would not surprise me.
If that is that game.
It says first action adventure RPG with multiplayer real-time combat. It sounds awesome, but all right. Nonetheless, the music is good. So from what I'm told, so all right. So we are going to do that up. Okay, I see Little Larv has entered the room. Yes. What's up, love? I'm doing. We're doing a gamebook illustration with TariToons and so forth. And I have.
Hi, San.
I have this. She says hi. I have this. You can pull a chair out if you wanted to listen, or you don't have to. Okay. My daughter got these outrageous new sneakers that are just like, if like Crayola just decided it was going to create a shoe, that it would make this shoe. Like it is the rainbow crayon shoe, basically. Like it's
awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. It's pretty good. And 100% I will be hanging out with Pyron, as well as hopefully Memories in 8-Bit and other people, Coven, when I go there. You told us I wasn't listening. You told me I wasn't listening. That's possible, Elsewin. I always try to listen to you. I don't know what you're talking about. Is that a gaslight? See, yes, that's a gaslight. Don't try to tell me I heard things that I didn't hear. That would be ridiculous. Okay, so here we go. So is that, by the way, too loud for people, or is it okay? Or is it too quiet?
It's too quiet for me. Where's this cat?
We got some recorders kicking butt here. Can people hear the recorder?
I still haven't figured out what the difference between a recorder and a regular flute is.
A
Maybe
flute is
just
held
Google it.
horizontal to your face, and it's usually played like...
What?
Like, it's held extending from your mouth out to the left or to the right, so like basically parallel to the floor. And you play notes like this. I don't know if you can see on the stream, but you can play
I can
notes
see,
like this,
but like...
right? That's how you play
Oh,
the
it's
flute.
a block flute.
That's a flute. And then a recorder, you play with it just down here, like, you know, that type of thing, right? So flute is like this, recorder's like this.
Okay, no, like in German it's like all the thingies that you blow into are called Flöte. Or flute.
Oh.
And then it's like another thing added, like a recorder would be Blockflöte.
I see, okay.
And like a flute, like you described it, like would be a Querflöte, because...
Hey, say it again?
Querflöte.
Querfluten.
Like literally queer flute.
Okay.
Because in German that word just means like... Yeah, like...
Well, yes, Elsewin, I don't have a long
horizontal nor
flute.
vertical, I guess. I don't know.
Here you go. I'll use this water bottle. Is that longer? There you go. That's better. I don't have a long flute next to me. No, my daughter actually plays recorder and has a soprano and a tenor recorder, I think. So music volume is good, folks. Can I get from chat? Is the volume too loud or too quiet on the volume? Can anyone let me know, please? Music? Can you hear it okay? Too loud, too quiet? It's fine? Okay. Okay. You got the pink going on. Fortunately, you only have this that you have to move this time. Okay. 6 o'clock and all's well. Good, lovely. All right. So let us do it. Now, when we last left our heroes, we were in 8D. And let me show everyone what that looks like. So...
This music's really nice.
Yeah, isn't it? It's real chill and... let's see. Okay. That is...
But like, this is for the NES? Or for the SNES? I was like, okay, now for the NES, like, no way.
How is that possible? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So here we go, chat. So you can now see here You can now see the side 2 of this map as we head towards the Bridge of Stone Bows. And the last time that we left our heroes, we were here on...
Hero. You're just the one of us. It's not...
What?
We don't have a party, it's just one character.
Yeah, just one person. Well,
Yeah, but you
we
said
meaning... We
heroes.
do this. Listen, chat is playing collectively together, okay? We are a bunch of hobbits. So, don't try to make this into... Listen, Terry, okay? It's called Fellowship. Fellowship. It's not called solo Arnold Schwarzenegger.
There is no
hero.
I in Fellowship. Yeah, I guess. Except
Exactly.
for this.
There actually is an I in Fellowship, so
Yeah.
there's only one I in Fellowship, and that's towards the end. And so, okay, so yes, so we were in the Barrow Downs. That is correct, and it is. And we had actually gotten back onto the road, and we are currently in hex number 8D. So I don't know if you can see, folks, from the side which is visible. If you go all the way to the right side of the map, you can see 7D on the road, and then right next to it you can see 8D, and that's where we are right now. This is where we begin with 8D, and remember, you get a chance to actually vote on what we do as we go through here. So let's make it happen. A rickety abandoned inn. And last thing. Remember that we're supposed to be warning people as fast as we can. So we have to warn Buckland, the Marish, we have to warn the Bridgefields and Tuckborough if we can, and we have to get to Hobbiton. And we can't waste a lot of time doing it. So every time we explore someplace, there's some time that we can use. And so far, we've spent 875 minutes in our exploration. So just be aware of that happening. So... there's another eye in Fellowship, the Eye of Sauron. He's not in the Fellowship, though, big boss. Your example is null and void, sir. Okay. A rickety abandoned inn leans toward the road, the wind whistling an eerie tune through it. From the outside, the old two-story frame building appears safe and sound. Will you explore the inn or move on? Okay, so the first vote of the day, we don't have to use the official system for this. Chat, should we explore the inn? Just tell me in chat, explore the inn or do we move on? What say you? Explore the inn or move on? Does the inn have food? I don't know. I mean, it says it's abandoned, so I don't know.
I love how, like, immediately go right to
Mm-hmm.
food.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah.
Maybe some cans of tuna or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe there's some canned goods. So-
Hobbits, of course, yes.
Exactly. All right, chat. So tell me what we're doing here. Are we stopping at the inn or not? How are we going to find out if there's food if we don't go in? That's a good point, Big Boss. So Big Boss says go explore the inn. Elsewin says move on. Okay. We are currently tied. I need more people to jump in here. Are we going into the inn or are we moving on? Mm-hmm. We do not have a lot of people in yet, so as we get more people in, that will increase our numbers of voting, but Big Boss votes go. All right, so we have move on, move on. Anybody else? Anyone else voting to stay or to move on? Maybe as a tiebreaker sometimes, but...
I'm getting paranoid. I need to check where that cat is. I'll be right back.
Okay.
It's way too quiet.
All right. Okay. Just to get things going, okay, so we are going to move on. Okay. So if we are moving on, that means that we are going to use this Arbot. So which direction should we move? Now remember, we've been heading west. And obviously staying by the road, we could be watched by the Nazgul, but we can maybe go a little faster on the road. So we have to balance speed with not being visible to those. So from where we are, which is 8D, we could go northeast, which is 8C, or east, which is 7D, or southeast, which is 8E, or south, which is actually southwest, I should say. Uh-huh.
So I found the cat. She was sleeping.
She was sleeping. Okay, good. I had a feeling
Sleeping
that
in
was
her
likely to be
hiding
the case.
place.
Sure. Okay, then we've got west, which is 10D, or northwest, which is 10C. Oh, I made a mistake. Southwest should be 10E. Sorry about that. West is 10D, and northwest is 10C. All right, Chad, here we go. Vote open. Which way are we going to go? Yeah, exactly. So came to pass, the Fellowship spent the first 3 days thinking about entering the Abandoned Inn. Okay, so are we going to go northeast? Now remember, we're overall trying to head west. So the question is, do we head direct west on the road? Do we go off the road? Do we head into the Old Forest? Which direction do we want to go overall? So do you want to go northeast, east, southeast? That's heading back the direction we came. Or do you want to go southwest, west, or northwest? So please vote by going $ vote space and then the number you would like to go.
This is ominous.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Ominous?
Ominous music. It's perfect though. Because
No,
we've got
did
the
I pronounce that
abandoned
right? Ominous?
inn. Ominous, actually.
Ominous.
Yes.
Okay. That's not how you spell that.
Ominous? Yeah, it is. OMINOUS.
Wait a second.
Our final destination is Hobbiton, Big Boss, which is over the bridge to the west.
Oh, you're right. Huh. Ominous. Okay. I always thought there was an extra I in there.
Nope. No, we're not like the British that add U's for no reason in words.
No, an I, not a U.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, adding extra letters, you know, like, we don't need to add extra letters. We're all about taking letters out. It's part of the script for the game The Cave. I know, it seems like that, right?
About like smushing words together to make it easier.
Make it easier, exactly. Right. Okay, so we have 1 vote for Southwest, 1 vote for West. Let's get someone else to jump in here. Can we have someone else to jump in? We need someone to break this tie. What's up, Takanjia? Welcome, man. All right, Takanjia is voted Southwest. Good to see you, Takanjia. And Big Boss is tied. Oh, man. We have 2 votes each.
Do I need to break the tie?
We will see. You may need to break the tie in just a second. We will see. All right, folks, we're going to last call this. I need someone to break the tie. Some Marvin time. Yay. That's what I'm talking about.
Like, I just ate, but I'm really hungry anyway. I too am channeling my inner hobbit.
Well, second breakfast. Yeah.
Breakfast at 7 p.m. Breakfast, sure.
It's always a good time for breakfast. Coven Guy has voted for Southwest 10E. All right, going once, going twice. We're going to Hobbiton because we have to warn the people of the Shire, and especially in Hobbiton, of the Nazgul, of the arrival of the Nazgul. So we're traveling to the west from Bree, and while we go through it, we're trying to warn different places. A lot of them are over the bridge, basically, and then we have to warn everyone that we can, but especially Hobbiton. So you just watched Desolation of Smog last night? Nice, nice. Okay, so we are going to 10E. So everyone look at the map, and we're going 10E into the Old Forest. All right, here we go. The forest cools and calms you. And we spend 120 minutes, so that's 995. The forest cools and calms you. You ache to lie down and rest. We must pick a number. Okay, so we like trees. So to pick a number, okay, so I need someone who is willing to volunteer to do random numbers, which basically just means using the dice roller that you can find online. Can I get someone to volunteer to roll dice for us? Can I have someone to volunteer to roll dice? You're volunteering to roll dice? I'm 5 minutes from lunch. All right, grab me the red bag up there.
Bring me my broadsword, clear understanding. What the hell?
Okay. No problem. That's okay. Fortunately for all of you, Little Arv is here.
Woo!
So she will be asked to roll. I'll have her roll. I'll have her roll a mixture. So one of these dice is my DM die that I typically use. There we go. So we've got those, right? And then the other die is going to be the die that I originally got in the red box back in 1984, 85. Still has the original white crayon in there, sort of in there too. So we've got those combinations. Okay, so you're going to roll 2 dice. What do we got? 7. All right. So if 6 to 12, then we pick another number and add your general bonus. Our general bonus is 3. So you're going to roll again. What? That'll be a 6. 6 plus 5. So 11 plus 3, 14. Why do you keep saying 7? Oh, no. You don't add them together, sweetie. No. Okay, so 11 plus 3. 14. Okay, so we get to move on. So good work by Little Arv. Good work to begin with. 1984. I was there, Gandalf. Cast into the fire, but Arv took it home. Okay, so good work. All right. So now what we do is... Okay, now we are going to continue. So we are right now at 10E. So we're at 10E. So now the question is, where are we going to go? So we can go to northeast would be 9D, which is where we just came from. East would be 9E, which again we just came from. Southeast would be 9F. Okay. And then southwest, which is the direction technically we started going, would be 10F. So southwest means we go deeper into the old forest, but at least we might avoid the Nazgul this way, I guess. Straight left would be 11E. So sorry, straight west, I should say, would be 11E, right into the forest again. Or if we want to get out of the forest but still keep going northwest, then we would go northwest to 10D, which would be back onto the road. And now I'm going to open the poll. So which way are we going to go? Are we going to go, we're at 10E right now on your map, 10E, and we can go northeast, which would be back the way we came, east 9E, southeast 9F, southwest would be farther into the forest, directly west would be into the forest, but at least it's like straight towards the river. Northwest is out of the forest again, but heading in that general direction. So what's it going to be? Is there a reason that people are trying to move away from the way that we're going? Are you sure about that, Elswin? Because we're trying to go west, not east. I'm just letting you know. In the forest, you might find wood elves. That's true. Yep, I'm sure. All right. No, wood elves are good. So wood elves might be helpful, but we don't want to find Nazgul. That would be bad. All right.
Why would there be wood elves in the Shire?
In the old forest. They actually.
Is that in the Shire?
Well, yes, technically, but the old forest. Actually, no. I should say that's out of the Shire, because that's near the Barrow Downs, which is out of the Shire. But the old forest, technically, they do meet some elves right near the old forest when in Lord of the Rings. Elson's trying to sabotage us a goblin agent for sure. All right, we have 2 votes for west, 1 vote for southeast. Other votes? The bridge is a trap. Bridge is a trap. Bridge is a trap. Okay. Music is so chill.
Chill? It's ominous.
Oh, that too. Ominous and chill. All right, we have 2 votes for... Why are you sending us southeast, Big Boss? Why exactly are you sending us away from our goal?
Suspicious.
Yeah, it's very
He's-
suspicious. I agree.
He's what's it called? Genre savvy. Like in video games, you always first run into the direction that the devs didn't want you to go into because there's always like hidden treasures there or another secret to be found. So
I see. I see. Actually, in fairness, the thing that you see there is not actually a path. It's actually a river. So if you're talking about heading towards the Withywindle, if that's what you mean, I see what you mean though. You're basically trying to cut into. I see what you're doing. Okay, that makes sense. I gotcha. So you're trying to go and basically get to this place where you can then take the path. I see what you're going at. I gotcha. Okay, it all makes sense now. Okay, so we have 2 votes for Southeast and 2 votes for West. Get to the ferry. Buckleberry Ferry. I see. Okay. Very good. Very good. This all makes sense now. Okay.
getting a bit of a oh god, what was the name? Over the garden wall vibe here.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay, I have a cunning plan. Okay, so we're at last call, folks. Last call. We need someone to break this tie. We've got 2 votes for Southeast, 2 votes for West. Let's get another vote in here. Need someone else to vote. Let's get that other vote in there. So that's for his move to Buckland, yes. These are true facts, Coven.
Right, I think I'm done with this one.
All right. Actually, this is very appropriate, exploring the forest
Yes,
at the
that's
moment.
what
This
I
actually
meant.
fits completely. I love it. This is good stuff.
And save before my PC dies or anything else.
Is it going to be colored?
No, it's not. That's gonna take too long.
Okay. All right.
Like I only did the character drawing last time in color because she doesn't have a lot of details going on. So that was like, it didn't take a lot of time to color
Right.
that in.
Definitely more details on this one. No, that makes sense. Okay, so Terry, I guess you need to break this tie because we're currently tied at 2 apiece.
Wait, where do we need to go?
So we're heading west, but the idea that the 2 people who wanted to go southeast, they're trying to head towards the path. So they want to sort of head towards the path and then cut through that way. So that's why they're saying going from 10E, which is where we are now, down to 9F, and going southeast. So that was.
Oh yeah,
their thought process.
that makes sense.
Terry, the tiebreaker.
Yeah, sure. I want to go to 9F.
Okay, so southeast it is, and close poll. All right, southeast wins. All right, on we go. So 9F. All right, you come upon the tall leafy trees of a wood, and by come upon we mean you're already there. Okay, so, and this is 90 minutes, so we are now at 1,085. Okay. You come across you come upon the tall leafy trees of a wood, leaving behind the barren Barrow Downs. A rough trail cuts through the woods to the southwest. All right, pick a number, my love. So you roll 2 dice. What do we got? 7. Okay. So here we go. A crashing through the brush behind you sends a jolt of fear through your body. You turn to face a large, snarling black bear rearing on his hind legs.
Oh, Jesus.
He falls to all 4s and rushes towards you, snarling and frothing at the mouth. You draw a weapon and stand your ground.
You don't have to do this.
You don't have to do this. Okay, so we got to defeat the bear. Scatter!
That'd be pretty fun if you just turn around. You don't have to do this bear, and then the bear just stops.
Exactly.
And it turns around and walks.
You're right, I don't need to do this. Okay. So we will begin here with the attack. So our melee offensive, our missile offensive bonus, we'll get 1 shot in on it. So our missile offensive bonus is 1. And let's see. the defensive bonus is -1. Okay, so that means that we actually have a 2. I blame Terry.
Oi!
Okay, so we've got a 2. Okay, I need you to pick a number then for us, Little Arv, please.
What?
I need you to pick a number.
I'm like imagining that one scene from Flight of the Amazon Queen right now where you run into the gorilla. And the way to defeat the gorilla, and like spoiler alert, I guess for a 50-year-old game.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you defeat him by convincing him that gorillas don't exist in the Amazon. So, and then
Nice.
he just vanished.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
you're right then. Okay,
That's the best
so-
way to defeat a gorilla.
so she rolled, so let's see, she rolls here. For this combat, do you add your melee bonus or just this? Okay, let me see. I wasn't asking you. Let's see. So you subtract the defender's defensive bonus from the attacker's offensive bonus, pick a number, and the result is damage. Okay, unconscious. So she rolled an 11 plus the 2, you know, and counting the 2, so that means that basically the bear runs, and you just, like, Laura just, like, calmly sights down the arrow and kablam, and just knocks it out. Wabam.
Wow.
Bear out. Done. Complete.
Yay.
A hobbit
You're
knocked
just-
out a bear? How does it work?
A freaking good shot is the way that it works. Okay. After receiving a few painful wounds, the bear does not seem as inclined to fight. It turns away and lumbers off.
It's like, oh well, fine.
Fine.
Keep your arrows.
Okay, so good. We used 1 arrow, but that was well worth it. Good stuff. All right, so the bear wanders off and we get to move on. All right, so good work, good work. How do you knock out anything with an arrow? Well, apparently it's not that way. It just says defeat the bear, so I guess it wasn't technically knocked out. We just wounded it, so yeah, I knew we would do fine. Exactly.
Passed out from
Magic.
blood loss.
So now we get to move on. So now we are right now in 9F. So if you want to go on the path, it means you'd be going on 10G. So let's see. So northeast is going to be 9E. East is going to be 8F. Southeast is going to be 9G. Southwest is going to be 10G. That's following the path. 10G, the newest cell phone protocol. Okay, let's see. West is 10F. That's farther into the forest. And last but certainly not least, northwest, which is where we came from, is 10E. All right, let's do it. I credit myself with surviving, detracting even more from Terry's contribution. Wow. Wow, big boss. You're just like just going after Terry today. Is
I
it?
guess he's the big boss now.
Are you just, man, all of a sudden, like, just, you know, she gets a cat and all of a sudden you're just like, you know what, Terry? Listen, this is how this is all going to go down.
I'm a dog person. Meh. Mean. Banned. I'm gonna ban him, okay?
Mm-hmm. Exactly, Kevin. It's one of those cartoon arrows with a boxing glove. Yep.
Well, I mean, there were knockout arrows like during, like they used it during the Iron Age, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were like basically cut from one piece of wood and like had like just a large, block of wood in the front basically, and they were like used to like break a skull.
Yep.
Basically, if they didn't want to damage the fur in any way, they would use those.
Yeah.
I think.
It was like the rubber bullets of the Iron Age.
Yeah, basically.
Hey, what's up, Aaron? Welcome. So we are in the old forest, Aaron, and we're trying to make our way towards the river gradually. So far we've got 1 vote directly into the forest, which is west, and we've got 1 vote to the southwest. We are currently on hex 9F. So 9F, and we're trying to head, again, to get over the bridge and towards Hobbiton. And no, this is a bagel. It is a rye bagel with egg. I, however, do have a scone with white chocolate chips that are awaiting me. That is awaiting me.
Oh.
So that's going to be great. No, I'm speaking through a bagel sandwich, sorry.
Well, I did have an apple roll today. Wait, that doesn't work. Like we call it Apfelschnecke. It's like a cinnamon roll, but instead of cinnamon and raisins and stuff, it's apple.
It's apple?
So,
That's pretty good.
yeah.
I can get behind that.
Especially because it doesn't have raisins,
Exactly.
right?
I mean, like cinnamon apple is even better, but you know, as long as it doesn't
Yeah.
have raisins
Or tomatoes.
or tomatoes. Yeah. Why would it
Well, I
have
mean,
tomatoes?
tomatoes and well, oh, now we can do like the whole thing with
There could be breads that have like dried tomatoes.
Oh, like sun-dried tomatoes? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, they are super yummy when they are pickled, like pickled dried tomatoes are so good.
Yeah. Is it? I'm thinking about that Aqua Teen Hunger Force thing, where it's like, of course I did not eat the sun-dried tomatoes because they are disgusting. Is it apple cinnamon or just apple? I think it's just apple.
The one I ate was just apple.
But apple
Like
cinnamon
I'm
would be
assuming you
better.
can like also get them with cinnamon, but like depends on where you go, I guess.
All right, last call. Looks like we're heading southwest here. Last call, last call. Last call. And I prefer it with Android, but that's just me. I see what you did there, Deganju. Well done. All right, southwest we go. All right, so we are heading down to 10G is where we're going. All right, following the path. 10G. Okay. 90 minutes, so we're up to 1,190 minutes. Okay. The woods are deep and dark. A trail leading southwest cuts a neat path through the thick stands of oak and willow trees. Pick a number.
Wait, so are they oak trees or willow trees?
It says oak and willow trees.
Oh, oak and willow trees. It did. It
both
sounded to me like oak and willow trees. So I was
No.
like,
Both trees,
Even better. Okay, 432. Okay. You may continue to travel by using the trail or by making your own way through the woods. All right, are we going to try to break through the woods, folks, or are we going to use the trail? I'm not going to use ArvBot for this. You can just tell me in chat. Do we use the trail or do we make our own path? Although if we make our own path, I don't know why we went out of the way to find the trail. But so do we use the trail or do we do our own path? What does break mean? Aaron says trail. Forge your own. Okay. So Boss says make your own path. Aaron says trail. It's this oak willow hybrid with hard oak trunk and droopy willow branches. Exactly. Okay, we have one vote for path, one vote for making your own path, one vote for using the trail. What else are we going to do? We're going to use the trail that we went to find, I think. I need other votes. I need other votes here. Elsewin says trail. Okay, so we got trail, trail, and one path. Any other votes? Trail, trail, and path. Trail, trail, path. Trail, 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 path. All right, 3 votes for trail, 1 vote for path. Going once. Going twice. 3 votes for trail, 1 vote for path. 3 votes for trail, 1 vote for path. Take the trail. Okay. All right, I think that's definitive. Trail it is. Okay, so we are going to take the trail. So that means that we can now move on. Oh, and I forgot to add 5 minutes. Okay, so we can now move on, which means that we are coming from, let's see, we were just at, I think we were at 10G, if I'm not mistaken. I believe we were. So that means that we can now go, yes, we were at 10G. So we can now go this way. We can go northeast would be the way that we came. So that's 9F. We can go east, which is 9G. Again, that's going the opposite direction. We can go southeast, which is again going the opposite direction. That's 9H. Then we can go continuing to follow the path would mean going to the southwest. That would be continuing to follow the path. Then breaking off into the woods would be going directly to our left, and that would be 11G. And last is northwest, which would be 10F. All right, let me clear these votes. And let's do it. Hey, what's up, Nonstop? Lord of the Rings using other scent to mask yours is always a good idea. So what's it going to be? Are we going to go northeast? We're going to go east? We're going to go southeast, southwest, west, or northwest as we continue to head onward? Southwest would be continuing to follow the path. Down to 10H. You say we continue along the path. Aaron says we should go crazy. Coven says you can't vote, so you should continue along the path. All right, I will add a vote for the path. Let's go crazy. Do-do-do-do. Let's go nuts. Do-do-do-do. Oh, no, let's go. All right. Okay, last call. Looks like people want to follow this cunning plan. No, he's not. He's using voice, like text to speech, whatever, voice to speech, voice to text, and path. Okay, so Aranth also says path. I think Aranth, you could actually just vote for it if you want. Just do the vote, Aranth, which is $vote space, and then your choice would be 4, I think. $vote space 4. I think that's the path. If you wanted to stay on the path. There you go, lovely. All right, we're going to close this poll. I think chat is definitive in which it wants to do, or which way it wants to go. All right, so we're going to 10H, which is all the way at the bottom of the map now. So we're now all the way at the bottom of the map. Okay. Hear the woods, as I fill up the time. 12:85. Here the woods have their merry, beautiful spots where brook and meadow kiss in delightful union. Oh. A trail leading west and peaceful stream running beside it disperse the deep gloom of the forest. Pick a number. All right, Timmy. That would be a 7. All right. You may continue to travel by using the trail or by making your own way through the woods. So same question as we had before, chat. If we're going to use the trail, which I don't even know if I should have a vote for this, because that basically is the same thing. Because we're going to be moving on regardless. So I think everyone agrees we're using the trail, right? Yeah. Yep. Gotcha, Coven. Yeah, so I think we're just going the trail. We're just going to follow the path. Yeah. So, let's test Coven Guy's security. Let's say, hey Siri, call mom. That's funny. Okay, I think trail is what we're looking at. So, that means we're going to move on then. So, I believe that's what that means. Use the trail, move on. Yes, okay. So we're on 10H. Okay, so here we go. So if we go northeast, which is the way that we came, that would be 10G. If we go directly east, which is, again, moving away from our ultimate destination, that would be 9H. If there's no way to go southeast, we can't do southeast on this one. So southeast is not a thing. So southeast is a no vote. Don't vote for that. Directly southwest is also not a thing, because we don't have a way to go southwest. So we can go west, which is 11H, or we could go northwest back into the woods, which is 11G. So remember, do not vote for southeast or southwest because we can't go those directions. We can only go northeast, east, or northwest or west. And west would be following the path, just in case anyone's curious.
Wait, which one doesn't work again? I forgot.
Southeast and southwest do not work because we're at the bottom of the map. This is taking us right along towards Buckleberry Ferry. Buckleberry Ferry! 20 miles! I vote for southeast, think outside the box. That would definitely, you know what? And that would completely actually be outside the box.
Oh, there is no 4. Too bad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care.
I just have to make something up. I'm like, you are in complete white space. Nothing is around you.
Give up.
Yeah, you give up and regret your life choices in the last 5 minutes.
Or we could just pretend the world is flat and they fall.
You fall to your death. The end. There is actually a book called Flatland where that happens. Where there's a not whether you don't die, but I mean
Like the Terry Pratchett books.
sort of like that. Like
I was
Discworld,
about
yeah.
to say, yeah, like the Discworld books.
Yep. I'm raising my kid right.
Yeah, you are. You are.
Oh, listen to this combat music.
Why did all of a sudden become tomorrow so?
Oh, did you watch Good Omens yet?
I have not watched Good Omens.
Oh my God, it's
I know I
so
have to. I've heard really
good.
good things about it. I have.
You are
I
missing
did
out, my
watch
dude.
an episode or two of Carnival Row, and I kind of like it. I have to say, not that that's Terry Pratchett, but since we're talking about Amazon Prime, yeah, which has got
Hashtag
Orlando
not
Bloom.
sponsored.
So, Flatlander Woman and Laputin Machine. What's up, Tina's? How you doing, man? All right, last call. We've got who voted for Southwest? There
I
is
don't
no
know.
four.
Who would do that?
Terry, you know what? Notice how I zero out and invalidate your vote.
Oh, boo.
Your vote is invalid, ma'am.
But they say your vote matters.
Why am I not allowed to vote for Mickey Mouse in every election? I take this very seriously. No, I have the culprit right here, nonstop. It's artists, you know? This is the problem. Artists. I said
Yes,
it, I'll
I
say it
know.
again. Artists. I know from what I speak, trust me. Ooh, that's looking good.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, are you also drawing, Sen?
Yeah. She is she's doing homework and stuff. Yeah, she's picking up oh, you did a piece of your homework, so this is just a separate thing? Yeah, she's definitely, this is some cool stuff there. Okay. All children should be like yours. The only way the earth can be flat is in pretend land. Yeah, that's the way. All right, last call.
Well, I mean,
and-
so long as we all can agree that the moon isn't real. So, hashtag moon
Yeah,
truthers.
Hashtag fake landing, right? Yeah, great.
No, moon truthers, my dude. Don't you know the
No,
moon
I know. No, I know. Like, then the moon landing people also say that there was no such thing and it was all staged in California at Hollywood.
No, but the moon is fake, not the moon landing.
The moon itself is fake?
The moon itself is fake, didn't you know, my dude?
Okay. I should have realized. That would just make just about as much sense.
Like, have you ever been to the moon? How would you know it's real?
Oh, sorry, Elswin. But if the chat was alongside with what you said. So we are going to the west. We're along with 11H, which means we're only 2 hexes away from the river. Okay. Time.
Well, rainbows are round because they need to be bridge-shaped, right?
Yeah, of course. I don't know why that isn't just obvious. This is what happens when people have just enough common sense to be dangerous. You know, they're like, well, logically, this. And you're like, yeah, that's... Okay. The forest is deep and eerie. You are suddenly very weary. Wow. Decided to make a rhyme, and you did one in time. Okay. You must lie down and rest among the stately willows on the banks of what you believe to be the Withywindle, which runs just south of the east-west trail through the forest. Pick a number, little Arf.
I'm not picking it, I'm rolling it.
6. Okay. 432.
While you're doing this, I'm just drawing a picture of what would happen if you went back into the forest.
Exactly like Pasco's wager. Assume that it isn't a simulation. Right. Yeah, we're in the forest, but we're following a path now, though.
Yeah, but still, this could happen.
It's true. You may continue to travel by using the trail or by making your own way through the woods. Okay, good. So we can do that. So we're going to continue to use the trail, I assume, because this is pretty much the only way that we could stay that way. So we're going to move on just like we did the last time. And that means that we are looking at, again, we're at 11H right now. So if we go northeast, that will be 11G. If we were to cut into the forest for no reason. Directly east would be going back where we just came from. Again, southeast and southwest are not options. Let me say again, not options. West is 12H, and then northwest.
Railroading!
Don't make me go in your adventure, DM, all right? Okay. Just following physics. It's physics. It's physics. All right. Okay.
Oh, physics are just a suggestion. Hey, we should like do a session of Planescape at some point. Like that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually true. Physics are just a suggestion. I have to try. One of the games on my list to try is Disco Elysium because they say that that really is a lot like Planescape, the video game Planescape.
Oh.
So yeah.
Interesting.
I like to believe we really are a simulation because if we're able to believe we're in a simulation, have free will and thought, are we eating less alive? Did the people who would have wrote the simulation? I got the first part of that, and then the second part became the text-to-speech gobbledygook. If we're able to believe we're in simulation, have free will and thought, are we any less alive than the people who would have written the simulation? Maybe? Possibly? Maybe? Could be. Are we any less alive than the people who had written the simulation? I figured it out. Check me out. I feel very proud of myself, Coven. Enter the forest before we hit the shore. All right, so the kanji says we should get back into the forest before we hit the shore. The rest of chat so far believes that we should continue along the river, heading towards the river. The Brandywine. I'm really glad they ended up with the Brandywine. They could have called it like the vodka wine or the Scotch vodka or something. The martini Scotch. There'd be all kinds of bad names for rivers. April wine. They should have called it red wine. Woo, woo. Stay close to me. It's a song.
That's what I
by the
guess.
great UB40. And by great, I mean they only had one song that I cared about. Okay, mulled, like mulled cider. Brandy wine together make port. I'm sure there's a port on the brandy wine. I did not know that brandy and wine together make port. My knowledge of alcohol is extraordinarily limited because everything tastes like a martini, which I don't drink, so I don't. Brandy and
That's
wine makes
it?
port.
I never had a martini, so I wouldn't know.
Martini, I think, is gin and something, but I don't know. I only know based upon the fact that I had like 2 sips in my life of martini. I guess I have had a couple sips of champagne, and it always tastes like a martini, which I've only had a sip of anyway. So I think basically all I'm tasting is alcohol, which since I don't drink it.
Well, in that case, I can recommend pina coladas because they don't actually taste of alcohol; they just taste delicious.
Right. But then why not just get that without the alcohol?
Because alcohol makes you party or something.
Aha! There it is exactly. This is what people claim is the violence inherent in the system. Okay. We're going to last call this. Last call. Last call. Last call. Check out this music now. This is reminding me actually of The Immortal. I've played that soundtrack before. The Immortal was a cool game. This reminds me a lot of The Immortal. Oh, man. The Potato Vodka Wine River. Exactly. The Goldschlager River. The Red, White, and Blue Beer River. Okay, so we're going west. West indeed, and we are going to 13H. So we are now going to be right along. 12H, I beg your pardon. We are going to 12H. Okay. So 90 more minutes, so we're up to 1475 total minutes. Okay, so 12H. The surrounding woods are deep and disorienting, but the trail and stream leading east and west make for easier travel. Pick a number. Little R. 7. All right. So we again. Back to painting. Jurassic Park SNES 5. That too, Coven. Oh, very cool, sweetie.
I want to see.
Yeah, she wants to see.
Or do we have to wait till you are done?
You will have to wait. Don't worry. It's
Okay. Okay.
Okay. All right. So we're going to head. We're going to move out, which means we get to do this vote one more time. And now we're going to be heading towards the river, I think, folks. So we can go northeast. That's into the middle of the forest and away from the normal direction. Then we've got directly east. Again, southeast and southwest cannot be voted. And then we've got west, which is directly towards the river. And northwest. Now, northwest would actually bring us up into the middle of the forest again, but I guess at least it would bring us that square next to Buckleberry Ferry, but we could also stay out of the thing by just going directly west. So we're still going to be in the forest regardless of what we go, so you're going to be good either way.
Could a wood elf appear
Oh yeah, I imagine.
Good.
All right. So northeast, east, which is the direction we came from. Southeast, southwest are not options. West is right directly next to the
aggressive.
river, and then northwest would bring us back into the forest. So what's it going to be? All right, so we got one.
Difficult. Oops, sorry.
That's okay. We got one vote for west and one vote for northwest. I feel like the thing you're drawing could also work in Curse of Strahd, Terry.
I think that could work in just about any game.
Yeah. With the raven on top of it.
It's a crow, not a raven.
Oh, I beg your pardon. I guess I
That's
can't
a
quote
very important
distinction.
distinction.
So I
Thank you.
can't quote
I can
the-
English.
I can't quote the raven nevermore then. All right, we got one vote each, folks. We're going to need some more people to jump in here. We going west or northwest? What are we going to do? Probably not, honey. You're doing the thing picking. Plus, you're working on your drawing.
It's not drawing, it's a painting.
It's a painting, right?
It says lots of painting watercolor.
Okay, so northwest, we got 2 votes for that. 1 vote for west. I'm going to last call this. Jump on board. Jump on board, folks. Jump on board now. I'm waiting for it to just drop into Miami Vice. Those drum fills, though.
Stop. Oh, for me it stopped.
Oh, it stopped?
Yeah.
I don't know why. Mine's still going.
Or did you start a new one?
Oh, it started on Shadowrun. No wonder it sounded different. I was like, wait, what? You're right. Let's see. Well, let me. No, we can't have that. We can't have that. Gotta have more Lord of the Rings soundtracky music. Let's go with.
You haven't done nothing?
No, we're not gonna do Stevie Wonder. This is the Hobbit. We are amazed but not amused. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, Fellowship of the Ring video game OST extended version.
Okay.
Which is...
Send me a link.
I just put a link.
There we go.
Is this your anthem?
Sort of. I don't even know what I'm voting for. We're right now at 12H. And we are deciding where we're heading. We're almost to the river, Big Boss. So that's what we're voting for. So we got 2 votes northwest, 1 vote for west as we're heading towards the Brandywine. That's good to go to. When you believe it rigs that you don't understand, then you suffer. My precious, superstition ain't the way. Wah, 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 wah. That bass line in that song is legit. All right, anyone else? Anyone else? We have a tie vote. Tie vote. Thanks to Big Boss. Everyone thank Big Boss for tying up the vote. Tie vote. Tie vote. Just kidding. Tie vote. We need someone to break
See,
this
I should
tie.
have banned him. Breaks
Break
everything.
this tie. Yep. Should have known he was getting too feisty. Double vote 6. You're all welcome, chat. Yeah. He's already getting feisty. I can already tell. All right. We will need Terry to jump in. Can I request Terry at a quick last sign on the signpost away?
Is it just like change
What
the
were the options again? Like, I can't pay
So we're
attention
on
to the game anymore.
12H right now, and west would bring
Yeah.
us right to the river. Right now it's tied between that and going northwest, which is just going back into the forest, but still to the west, I guess.
Yeah, no, let's go west. Go
Okay.
west.
So 13H. All right. All right. There we go. We are going west to 13H. All right. The mighty brown river beckons to the west. Okay, so we're talking... The mighty brown river beckons to the west. A stream and trail seem to lead directly to the banks of the Brandywine. Neither a crossing nor a ferry is in sight. Do we swim across the river or do we move on? So moving on would essentially mean that we'd either go back into the forest or we'd go northwest to Buckleberry Ferry. So do we do that? Do we go west to Buckleberry Ferry? Or do we just swim the river? And you can tell me this in chat. Do we swim the river or do we go up to the ferry?
Well, I mean, we are not a human ranger, so swimming shouldn't be an issue, right?
Yeah, that's true. Our name is not Robar. Therefore, we should be fine.
King of the Vale,
Our
Ride of
general
Eagles.
our general bonus is 3, so our swimming is pretty good to Kanjia. Because that's what that counts as. Our swimming is pretty good.
Why don't we just
Leap the river?
how big is it?
We are not wearing
Well,
a
if it's a
handsome
river,
costume.
then it's like beyond leaping.
Yeah,
also,
we
we have
cannot-
very
yeah,
short
exactly.
hobbit legs.
Not a
so...
stream. Exactly. Okay, so it says swim it, swim. We do have swim skill, yes. We have a 3 for swimming, because that falls under general. Our general bonus is 3. Our diving skill's off the chart, but our landing skill's atrocious, yes. Swim, 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 swim. Okay. Alright, assuming we're going to swim. Here we go, chat. Time to swim. 15 minutes to get ourselves ready to swim. Which means
The
we're at
bath?
16
Is it
minutes.
already time for Christmas?
Never swim our hobbits. Unfortunately, Big Boss. We are swimming across the river, Elswin. Okay. You carefully bundle up all your equipment and put it onto a log. Then you enter the cold, swift water. You venture into the fast current, swimming for the opposite shore. Pick a number, and then add your general bonus, which is 3. 8 plus 3 is 11. All right.
11.
Little R, by the way, is on point with the rolls today.
Have to think of that elevator sketch. 11.
11. Oh, God, I love that.
11.
I love that one. You have made it across the river. To see where you climb out of the water on the western bank, pick a number.
So now it carried us upstream.
If 2 to 6, you cross and land 1 space downstream south. Now, the problem with that is that we can't actually land 1 space downstream. Actually, I don't think we can. Because... Oh, wait, yes, we can. That means that we are in 14H. Okay, so I'm going to flip this over. We've made it across the river, people. River people.
What about our stuff?
That's lost forever. No, I'm just kidding. I'm assuming this stuff is going to be fine. All right, so let me just do that. All right, now we're on 14H, which is all the way to the south of the map. Now, just to show everybody for a minute where we're headed. I actually can do that, I think. Hobbiton, you can actually see, is over to... Let's shrink that a bit. So Hobbiton is over to the east. There we go. So you can see Hobbiton right now is to the far west, not the east, the west. We are on the east. We've got to get across to Hobbiton. But remember, we also are supposed to, if we can, warn Buckland, the Bridgefields, and Tuckborough. So right now, if you take a look at this, oh, and also the Marish. So right now we are in the Marish. This is where we landed, was the Marish. And you can actually see, I think, that village up to the north, basically. So we're at 14H. So we would want to head, I think, up towards, if we wanted to do this, the Marish would be up to the northwest. And then we would need to also warn the bridge fields, and the bridge fields are up to the north of the river. And then the last two are Tuckborough, that's in the forest to the southwest, and Hobbiton, which is all the way to the west. So basically, Hobbiton is all the way to the west, Tuckborough is southwest over in the southwest corner, Bridgefields are to the north, and then the Marish is kind of where we are right now-ish, I think. So you want to warn the surrounding areas lest they turn nightmarish. Yes, very good. Exactly. So that's what you want to think about. And we want to do it without taking a lot of time. We got to make sure we hurry. So with all that in mind, we are currently in 14H. And then I'll talk a little bit about where we're going to go after that. So the marshes stretch on, sheltering wildlife, and if rumors be true, pools of quicksand and many strange creatures. We are now at 1760 of minutes. Okay, pick a number and add your general bonus, please. 8 plus 3 is 11. Okay.
11.
11.
11.
11.
I love that.
Up yours, you cow.
I love that clip. I love it. That clip. That's awesome.
Yeah, you don't think we're going to make the bridge fields? Yeah, and that's the other thing, too. We don't have to try to get to everything. We have to warn Hobbiton. It would be good if we could warn Buckland and the Marish. And actually, where is Buckland?
Ah,
on
the
this
other
map?
can die. It's fine.
Let's see. Well, Bucklebury Ferry would, I guess, be straight to the north? Yeah. So, but again, the road could be theoretically being watched, so we'll have to think about what we want to do. We could also just try to say the heck with the bridge fields, warn Buckland, which is where we are, like the Marish, so basically warn people here, then just go straight west through the forest, get to Tuckleburrow, and then up north to Hobbiton. So we could also do that. So right now, yeah, bridge fields are up like 16C, 15C-ish, yeah, and we right now are in 14H, so we get to move on. And so the question is, which way are we going to go? So we're in 14H right now. So northeast is not an option because that's the river, so we can't do that. East is not an option because we just came from there, so again, river. Southeast is not an option because, again, river. So southwest is not an option because we're at the bottom of the map. So we basically have two choices. We can go west, which is 15H, or we can go northwest, which is 15G. And I think 15G would bring us to the other side of Bucklebury Ferry. So basically, we can go northwest to Bucklebury Ferry or straight west through the marsh. And give me a second, let me get this vote started. We could swim to Bridgefields. Yeah, that choreography is good stuff. Ooh, very nice. Cool, look at this. All right, wait, I'm gonna...
I need to see.
Someone else.
Oh, that's awesome.
The colors are really good, sweetie.
Yes, it's amazing.
And look at the wind, like on the hair. Here, let me.
That's the wood elf you wanted us to meet so badly.
Exactly.
I was hoping if you had a wood elf, you would get the advantage.
That's really
Well,
good.
the game
huh?
isn't over yet, so
That's really cool.
yes.
Good work. What do you think? Do you agree, a professional artist?
Yes, this is awesome. Like, I really like the color gradient in the background for the setting sun.
Yeah, that's really
beautiful.
cool, honey. Looks like you have a winner there. Good job, sweetie. Well done. Actually, sorry, one thing. Also, I have to say the color detail in the face.
Wait, that's a bit difficult to see.
Sorry.
Oh, yes.
It's pretty good,
Yes,
actually.
very nice.
Very nice, sweetie. Good job.
One problem. I did it right on this page, which has writing on
Oh well.
it. I don't know what I'm doing.
Now you know the deal with watercolors now, I guess.
No, that didn't say good. No.
Oh, it didn't. All right. Well then.
I'm probably gonna come into school and she's gonna look at it and my teacher's gonna be like, Senator, what is this? I'm like, it's a person. What?
Hello, Aesthir. Chat with thumbs up and stuff like that. Good stuff. Like the expression most of all, there's a journey ahead, we'll face it. Exactly, Big Boss, I agree. I don't know, I'm not entirely sure what you mean by an in-service day. If in other words, that's why she's home. Yes, Aaron, today and tomorrow. She's got conferences, actually, parent-teacher conferences today and tomorrow. And so, not she, but the school does. And so, yeah, they're out, so... I took
Why
her
do you
with-
have those all the time? Like, it feels like you have these, like, every month.
Yeah, with like
so-
once, she usually gets a half day once a month. This particular
really?
one was just, yeah.
It's every first Monday.
First Wednesday she gets a half day, but parent-teacher conferences are actually only once each half year, once each semester. So. Right. That's right. That's exactly right.
Because like back home it's like once a semester or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe like once a year even. I don't know.
Yeah. That's basically it. Once a semester is about right for us too. For these. But yeah, so that just happens to coincide nicely with election day. So she came with me as I voted, and then we came back, and yes. That
so did you elect which direction to go today?
Yes, I put in like 14H, and they gave me this weird look. So no, they have these like Scantron scan things, but they show you the actual physical count. I still kind of wish that they kicked out a paper receipt, because I still feel a little weird about it. Like, are you really calculating it? I mean, in New York State, I don't have to worry about that as much, but there are other states where they prefer that you not vote at all. That doesn't always come across the best way. So, yeah, exactly. Oh, teacher and service coincide with elections. Yeah, to host in their gyms, right? And we actually voted at the local public school. The closest one I've ever had was when I was living in Brooklyn, and the voting place was literally across the street. Like, you open the door to our apartment building, you walk across the street and right into the door of the school and down. It was like the easiest
I had that
voting ever.
once. That was awesome.
So nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I used to make a big thing of just like, oh God, I gotta walk all the way across the street to vote, you know. But anyway, okay, so good. So it looks like we are going northwest, 15G. Let's do it. Okay. Still too far, right? Exactly, TNS. Sorry, northwest. I beg your pardon. So we are cutting back up to the Bucklebury Ferry. Okay. Time 90 minutes, which means we're up to 1850 minutes. Okay. The marshy marish. Green as a garden, yet soggy as a sponge. It is peculiar, but nonetheless welcome sight. Now we can see if your journey has taken no more than 2 days, 140 minutes. All right, sweetie. So now what we get to do is you get to figure this out. So, use the power of math. 1850 divided by 60. Because there's 60 minutes in an hour. So what's 1850 divided by 60?
I need paper.
Where's my little... There we go. 1850 divided by 60.
Thanks, Dad. Really, I'm so grateful.
No problem. No problem.
I was just taking a break after drawing.
You did. You're taking a break from drawing and you're doing math. You're taking
Great. What a great trade-off.
Aaron's like, notice the ominous bad music while we do math.
Yeah.
Math. Honey.
I know. I'm trying to order way now. Dad, this is gonna take forever.
It's not. How many times does 60 go into 185?
So, while they are busy with doing a math, how is everybody doing in chat? Tell me of your pets that you have, now that I also have a pet, so and I can literally not think about anything else.
I'm sorry.
I have a little kitten now. She is a European short hair. Apparently. Got her yesterday. She's sleeping right now.
60 is 180.
Goebbels? Wait, I need to look up what that is. Goebbels.
Right where you were just doing it. 180.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, it's also adorable!
Subtract 180 from 185.
So they are like a type of mouse, I'm assuming. Mongolische Wüstenmaus is a German name, yes. Mongolian
Goes
desert
to
mouse,
normal,
I guess.
0. So, okay. So it's 30 hours, and there's 24 hours in a day. So that means we've spent one day, 6 hours. Okay, we figured it out. If your
Big
journey
boss,
has
you're
taken
being
no
mean.
more than 2 days, 140 minutes. It has not. We have made great time. So that means we turn to
Arf.
425.
Big
What?
boss is picking on me again. Being a meanie.
Stop picking on TariToons, Big Boss SNK.
Meanie poopy. Meanie poopy head.
Wait, what? What is this? 15G. Okay. So it says... Okay. You pass a wide field of turnips and a well-tended fenced farm. The Buckleberry Ferry stands to the east. A hobbit farmer waves to you. Will you try to warn the Marish area or move on? All right, we're going to warn the Marish area, chat?
Yes.
Little Arv says yes. Do we warn the Marish? Warn. All right, Elswin says we must warn them. Will we warn the Marish? That is one of the places that's on our list. Warn, it's free real estate. Warn, sure, warn them. Warn them!
Like, this is like,
Warn.
oh, the British are
Okay, here we go. The British are coming! Okay. So, 30 minutes. Here we go. A suspicious hobbit farmer named Tok listens to your tale intently and offers you a cup of cold well water and a meal. You don't look like a bounder to me, he says, warming up to you. Pick a number and add your perception bonus. Perception bonus is 2.
A bounder? What is a bounder?
Bounder is like basically a jerk, like a one that you can't trust.
Oh, okay.
Okay, a 12. All right, that's pretty good. Tok proves a worthy listener and is intent to aid his folk. He agrees to spread word of the danger. You successfully warn the Marish area. Yes,
Woo!
the Marish will not fall this day. All right. Okay,
What happens
Buckland.
if you go over 2 days?
Then it will be destroyed. Warned. Mm-hmm. Marish, warned! All right, the Marish is warned. Okay, we've warned this. Good job. Good guy talk. All right, the Marish is warned. Okay, now we can move on. All right, so now we've warned the Marish, folks. Now we still have Hobbiton, Buckland, the Bridgefields, and Tuckborough if we can. And just looking at the map right here, so the Bridgefields are to the north, and it looks like they're about 4 hexes to the north. That would use a fair bit of time. Or we could try to head from where we are, which is 15G. We could try to head directly west, basically cutting right through the forest, because that way we would end up, I think Woodhall would allow us to warn Buckland, and then we would keep going to the west, and that would let us eventually get to Tuckborough, and then go north to Hobbiton. So, but that's just something to keep in mind, because we're moving on, so you folks can decide what you want to do, but that's the deal. So right now we are at hex 15G, so now the question is which way do we move? So, we can go northeast actually again. That would bring us back to the edge of the river, though, going the other direction, but we could theoretically do that. We can't go east. Southeast would bring us back to where we just came from, so we probably don't want to do that, but I'll put it up there because you could technically.
Well, guess what I'm voting for?
Southwest, yeah, exactly. I'm used to it. Southwest is going to put us back in the marsh again. West directly would be this. That would be right, continuing. That would actually bring us towards the towards one of the rivers there, and then northwest would be 15F. They may fall another day, right? They need to stay vigilant. That's true. There may be a day when the courage of hobbits fails, Big Boss, but it is not this day. This day we fight. I think that's how it goes. Can we send a runner to Bridgefields? I know, right? I mean, like, the other thing about the Bridgefields, we could just go straight north, warn the Bridgefields, then just cut southwest. So basically go up to 15C, warn the Bridgefields, then go southwest to the path to Woodhall. You know, basically cut straight southwest and then cut west, because we've made good time. We could do that. If we want to be all like, you know, not a single person will fall. I also want to note that all the way to the top, they have things called the Hills of Scary. That's the name. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Terry, that is good work.
Oh, thank you.
I was just watching her while you guys were doing her.
Wow, that is clutch. perfect music for it too. Wow.
Woo.
That is slick.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
That way, away.
Yeah, exactly. You got your away, whoever asked her for that.
Yes.
The Bridge of Stone Bows sounds ominous to me. What could go wrong? Well, the Bridge of Stone Bows, we're not going to go back over because that's back to the east. So we might go past it, but... All right, northwest
Eroding!
or west.
And I thought this was scary. Nothing.
Yeah, scary is just up there. Yep. Can we ask them to barricade the bridge on the way by? Put some boulders up there. All right, we've got a tie vote again. So it's 2 votes for west, 2 votes for northwest. We need someone to break this tie. We are on last call. Yes.
We just run by bridge fields. Just be careful. Someone's gonna dash by.
What? Just watch out for things. Like, what did he say? He said, I don't know, diamond rings. I don't know.
Okay,
right.
there we go.
And poll closed. That is great, Terry. That's really
Thank
good.
you.
Okay. She archives all of them and then she posts them on Twitter and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I'm like way behind on that. Oof.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good artwork that comes out of this. That's really awesome.
I've only seen
Thank
2
you.
pictures.
I am very, very admiring of this. Okay, so let's see. So one thing
what
you
thanks?
could do, if something else doesn't pop up, you could do the conversation with Tok the farmer,
Oh yeah.
who decided, like, okay, I guess you know what you're doing. Okay, so we're going northwest, which means to 15F. So we're now 15F. Right? Okay, time 60 more minutes.
Yes.
1955. Okay. It was lovely a long time before I was born. Okay.
To a time where it's like 1776.
I don't know. I think we missed that. Sir? Okay, let's see. 15F. I think is what we just said, right? Yes, 15F. Numerous ponds and hedgerows color the landscape. Surrounded by fertile marshy fields and nestled near the stream called Stockbrook is Stock, chief town of the northern Marish. So we've got this, 439. Welcome to Stock, reads a large weather-beaten sign at the roadside. You must warn the hobbits at once. A cool blue stream looks inviting, but you hurry on to warn someone trustworthy. Do you try to warn Stock, or will we move on? So, will we try to warn Stock, or will we move on, Chad? Are we warning Stock? Now, this was not in our original remit. It did not originally say warn Stock. But, you know, now that we've had a chance to take stock of the situation. Aha! Ninja Big Boss. We have warned the Marish already. I don't know whether Stock is important or not, honestly. But... not on the list, not getting in. Okay, if that's the case, then we move on. Okay.
Oh, my cat woke up. Eee.
I say we help him might find more friends than foes. Yeah, Stock is in the Marish. Okay, so people are... Hold on, sweetie. So it sounds like people are saying no. No, okay. It looks like more people are saying no than anything else. Let me just put this in and start this vote, then I'll take a look.
Please don't walk on the tablet. I need that for working. Help.
No. What? Oh. There you go. All right. So, yeah, you're welcome. So let's see. Northeast would be 14D. That would bring us up to the road. East is not an option because we're still right next to the river. We could go back to the southeast, which is where we just came from. We are, well, not quite, but close to where we came from. Actually, wait a second. Is that 15F we were at? Oh, my fault. I was wrong. We were at 15F. So we could go northeast into Stock, which is, or basically like leaving Stock. So we could go 15E, which would be heading back towards the river. We could head east, which is possible, which means that we would just be going right next to the river again. We could go southeast, which was, I think, close to where we came from. That would be right near Buckleberry Ferry again. Yeah, we've already been there. We could go southwest, which would bring us to 16G. Or we could go... Yeah, what am I doing? Northeast, east, southeast, southwest. West, okay. I was going to say. Southwest is 16G. All right, now I'm clear. Sorry about that. West would be 16F. Okay, there we go. And northwest would be 16E. Okay. So we're still thinking about, there's still the whole issue, do we warn the Bridgefields or do we say, sorry, Bridgefields, and just head directly west to try to get to Woodhall, and then Tuckborough, and then up to Hobbiton. So, up to you. This is the tyranny of democracy come to life. It's true.
Well, speaking of which, what did you guys vote on today?
Oh, so there were a couple of, there's a vote for public controller, which is like essentially a financial sort of kind of a financial, how do I put it? A person whose job it is to basically check into the finances and make sure that the finances of the city are consistent. So we had that, and it was this guy against a Republican and a Libertarian. I'm like, you know. So, and then there were some court judges, all of which were Democratic. Like there were no one even running against them. I was like, that's easy. And then there were 6 ballot initiatives, and most of the ballot initiatives are things that were like designed to get, like they were putting in a ranked choice voting. So instead of just you have 5 people. The winner, the person who gets the most votes individually wins, even if all the other candidates outvoted them technically, So this way it's ranked voting so that you basically get first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and that way technically you get a more full understanding of the electorate. So I pretty much almost always vote for more democracy if I get the chance. So I voted for that. And then there were some things about who has control over land, so giving control to the local boroughs. And then there were a couple things about like budget and stuff like that. So it wasn't very exciting, but voting is voting.
I see.
Okay. Right now, there you go, TNS. Okay, so we got 2 votes for Northwest, 1 vote for West. All right, last call. Wearing a Super Mario hat. Yes.
Wahoo!
Woohoo! Just need to put a he's like, not wahoo, you fool! Nazgul are coming! It's a me, Mario. No, it's a them, Nazgul. But the Bowser, no. Okay. All right, poll is closed. All right, so we're going up to 16E. 16E on your maps, people. 16E. All right. Hills reach ever westward. You pause to rest. A road runs southeast to the southwest. Move on. And we also get 60 more minutes. So we have just crossed the 2,000-minute plateau. Okay. So let's see. So if we were to go northeast, we would be 15D. If we were going directly east, that would be 15E. If we went southeast, if we went southeast, that would be 15F, which is basically where we came from. Southwest would be 16F. Directly west would be 17E. And northwest would be right near the river. And that would be, and actually the road as well. And that would be 16G. D. So there you go. And pull up. It's me, Nazgul. Okay. So northwest. Oh, so Elsewin's taking us back to the road.
The expression is like, no.
It's like, not that. Exactly. Now wait, are you taking us back to the road so we can hit all the villages and basically say to Tuckborough, sorry, this is what you get for being 7 miles into the forest? Let's make sure I'm clear. It's your own fault for being so far away, all right? It's called get some cell phones. We should have time. Okay. All right, so we're going to rescue... I see what this is. So you want to rescue the Bridgefields. You're like, you know what? No village left behind.
From when is this book?
Publication in the
roughly.
real world or like in Tolkien world?
No. Publication.
Publication 1980... 1985.
Okay, so old. Like I'm just like thinking of like old game logic where like there's only one good ending which is almost impossible to get and you need to check all of these boxes to get that one.
Right. Although in fairness, the Tolkien system was always a little more open-ended, so hopefully that will work in our favor. Stop hiding behind T-Mobile's bad service. I don't know, I keep seeing all these advertisements how they have the absolute best now, and, you know. I have AT&T because I have unlimited data grandfathered in, and I'm not going to let go of that until I'm going to will that to my children, I'm telling you right now. Like, I'm not giving up on unlimited data. All right. Going once here, going twice. Okay.
I think TariToons sees her a little difference.
All right.
I didn't understand. What is about me?
She said no. She was. She's also. My daughter is also drawing this. So.
The same seat.
The same. Yeah, person. That's a private
Competition
idea.
now.
That's
I
exactly
see.
Not competition. Okay. Okay, so the road stretches on, quiet now, so we're on 16D. To the north, the gentle flow of the water promises calm, for it is easily crossable at numerous footbridges and fords. Then you hear the thunder of fast approaching hooves and dive for cover. Uh-oh, pick a number. This is the music of
It's
6.
Sorry.
That's all right, actually. It was just enough.
So maybe it's just Gandalf, or rather not Gandalf, you know, like it's the last session.
Right. Exactly. Okay.
I am Gandalf, and Gandalf is...
Two rough-looking men on horseback ride up and threatening you, flashing their weapons. They demand all your money. No! Will we fight the men or run away? Do we fight them or run away?
Well, we were able to knock out a bear, so what can two dudes do, you know?
This is a good point. Should also do a save point. I forgot I hadn't used one for a while. They are on horses.
I too like to live dangerously.
Exactly. Okay, they're on horses. Do they run away? Aaron says run away.
Run away, run away.
Elsman says fight. Do we also have to fight the horses? That's a good question. Probably not. My answer to that, Big Boss, would be nay. Yeah. I feel good about our chances of whinnying. Woohoo!
Then you have permission to hit your dad in the shoulder. Okay, good.
Sorry, I have to rein in my intentions.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, you love it. It's going to spur me to even greater jokes. Woohoo! Didn't mean to saddle you with all that. All right, since they're on a horse, they're going to have a penalty roll because of high ground. Let's run acrobat. We aren't beating people on horses. Run away! Okay, so we have 2 runaways. We have 1 fight. Quit stallion and get on with it. See? Exactly. All right.
Right, who do I need to ban? Who said that?
So we have 1 fight, run away, and we've got 2 runaways. Okay, we've got 1 fight, 2 runaways. 1 fight and 2 runaways. Anyone else? 1 fight, 2 runaways. Anyone else? Run! This is a foe beyond any of you. Run! Okay, 1 fight, 3 runaways. All right. Okay. Here we go. I'll pony up and cast a vote for runaway. Nice. There you go, Coven. I love it. I love it. That's the kind of thing.
Okay, guys, stop horsing around now, please.
Yeah, see? There you go. You guys are all harnessing the ability of dad jokes. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah.
You know, I did actually do a dad joke at my school.
And it was great, wasn't it?
It's actually, I felt really proud of it.
Yeah, see?
Someone had gotten this box on their head on accident, and they took it off. They're like, hey, I have an idea. I'm like, hey, are you trying to think outside the box?
See, that's great. That's what I'm talking about.
They glared at me, and they're like, wow. I'm like, yes.
You're like, oh yeah. Okay, you run like the wind. Run like the wind. The hooves of the bandit's horses pound the ground behind you. You turn to face them. They bear down on you, swords raised, ignoring your pleas for mercy. You draw a weapon.
Oh, just like the music, because like it's still on the Lord of the Rings soundtrack, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because like I'm dead sure that like parts of the song that's playing right now is
Oh,
also
really?
the Stronghold soundtrack.
Oh, no kidding. No, this is
Like
good.
I'm like, I heard this before, but I never played this game before.
Yeah. No, mine is still on that, yeah. Okay, you draw a weapon and crouch to meet the first rider. You hold your ground ready to battle the highwayman. So it actually gives us the chance to talk with them. So do we talk with the highwaymen or do we fight them? What do you think, chat? Do we talk with them or do we fight them?
So much for running.
Do we talk with them or we fight them? Talk. Hey, what's up, Kirill?
Yes, let's be at least.
Sure, you can share an image. That's fine, Kirill. Thank you for asking. All right, we have talk. We're a hobbit. Like to think we're probably pretty loquacious. Oh, is this a Curiel, of course. Thank you, by the way, for the follow, whoever that just was. It didn't pop up on my thing because I had the wrong thing going. So welcome anyone who that was that just followed. Thank you. And I just saw that. So Curiel is also known as Cloud Kingdom, and Curiel actually is the person who did these like Final Fantasy Fighting Fantasy gamebook overlays. So if I'm seeing this correctly, this is a new overlay that's being designed, if I've got that correct. And that's really nice, Kirill. Wow, it's super fancy.
Like I would be happy if we can get an overlay where the drawing bit is a bit bigger.
Nice. Yeah. So that would be something too. I don't know whether you could do that, Kirill, where you could make that the drawing
also
window.
Make it like A4 size instead of like this weird shape, because now he needs to either crop, like now Arf needs to crop the images or needs to squash and stretch them to make it fit.
So can you do that, Kirill? And also, thank you, man. This is good stuff. Okay, so it looks like we're going to talk. Talky talk. Okay. Talk it is. All right.
Awesome. Thank you. You are the best.
Okay.
The best.
You try to talk the 2 highwaymen out of robbing you. Look, let's be friends, you say. They rush you, weapons drawn. You are surprised by the attack. What? I was not surprised. I saw this coming. Curse your inevitable betrayal. All right. Turn to 210.
Sudden but inevitable betrayal.
But you may not choose to talk. All right, so you have to fight.
No, you don't have to do this.
Exactly. I said. Okay. Here we go. Quick with blade and club, they quickly dismount to attack you. All right, so we have Highwayman 1 and Highwayman 2. All right, so the first Highwayman 1. Yeah, I know. This is what you are. You're Highwayman 1. High away, no, highway.
What happened with us jumping out of the way and not fighting us?
Well, we did jump out of the way, but these guys were what they were. So, all right. So we've got an OB of 1. Okay. OB 1, DB -1. EP 28. Actually, I can put that in here. 28. Okay. And then here we've got the highwayman number 2, which is OB 0, DB 0. And the stamina there is EP 24. All right, so little Larv, we will start by having this. So we've got, this time it's just going to be our melee instead of missile because they surprised us. So we have a -1. All right, so you have to pick 2 here. Got the same thing as that. So yes, unfortunately it counts. Okay, so we're going to do 1 point of damage to them. Blah. Okay. Now he is going to use his OB, which is 1, minus our defensive, which is 1, so it's 0. And now he's going to pick a number. And he's going to get a 9, which means he's going to do 5 points of damage to us. Oh! Okay, now it's our turn. Okay, you roll again. Here, I didn't see it. 5. All right. 5, and we're dealing with a 5, and we have a 0. Oh, so we have +1. 5. So we're going to do 2 points of damage. Okay. Now they are going to roll against us. Slow and steady wins the race. I know exactly. Ow, these numbers are not great. 10. Oh, 7 points of damage. Man, this is bad. Okay, all right, roll again. Five and 1. That's a 10. All right, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. So let's see. We have a
Finally did something
0.
good.
+1, so that's +1. So that means that we're going to do 7 points of damage to him. That was a good strike. Good. All right, now he is going to try to do stuff to us.
We have to kill him.
That's a 6, well, or knock him out, basically. 1 minus our defensive is 0. So 6 means 2 points of damage. That's not too bad. Okay. We are not dead yet. All right, so next up is going to be us again. So go ahead and roll. Okay. Let's see, that's 5. So that gives... that means that we have 2 points of damage done to him. Okay. He rolls a 6 again, which gives another 2 points of damage. Okay, your turn. Make it a good one.
Or else.
Yes, you will pay. Okay, 8. All right, 8 with +1 is 5 points of damage. Okay, we're getting there.
Right now,
We're getting there.
a picture of the farmer saying, "What's wrong?"
There you go.
I don't know. I think I know what's wrong right now.
He rolled a 2, and it's a complete miss for him. So now's our chance. I mean, can you? 10. Very nice. Okay, 10. We have the +1. Okay, so that's 7. All right, so he's almost gone. We just need to survive a little longer. Then we just got the one guy. Oh, with the 12.
That's good or bad?
No. That's bad. Okay. You are carried
that you saved.
hogtied to a crude camp. All right, so 180 minutes. God, all that time. 2295. Wow. You are carried hogtied to a crude camp deep in a small wood. A campfire burns. 6 men stand around it, drinking and slugging each other and manhandling your weapons and belongings. One man questions you about your activities, but you say nothing. You are dropped under a tree and tied to it with a rope, but the man tying you up is too drunk to see that the knot is loose. You wait patiently for the men to fall asleep. After a while, you attempt to free yourself. Pick a number and add your trickery bonus.
Maybe we don't want to free ourselves, huh? Railroading.
Apparently we don't.
Yeah, can I please reroll?
Nope. You fail at first, but you keep trying. Just before dawn, you try again to free yourself. Pick a number and add your trickery bonus.
Meanwhile, my cat is trying to take the couch apart. That's nice.
That's fine. 300 minutes. Oh my gosh, the time. Okay, 168. You are free. However, the men who are unaware that you have untied your bonds have your equipment. Since 2610. Okay, do you try to recover your equipment? Should we try to recover our equipment, chat? That means we lose our bow and arrow and our silver dagger and our map. And our healing
That would
herbs.
be bad.
Yeah. So, do we try to recover our equipment, chat? Recover? Cover our equipment or die trying. Yeah, I'm kind of in agreement. Okay, recover the gear, recover the gear, recover the gear. Anyone else? Recover, recover, recover. Alright. We have access to Shire Street View, recover. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, plus we might need the silver dagger also. Okay, here we go. Pick a number, add trickery bonus, make it a good one. 8. That was good. Okay. Moving silently as an elf. Ooh, you recover all of your equipment. All right. But we have to move on in a random direction, it says. And so if it asks you to move on in a random direction, proceed as... Oh, okay, no. I take that back. It says proceed as the text moves on because of the way we're playing. So I take that back. So we do move on. All right, so we used a lot of time there, folks. We lost like 6-7 hours there. So that was a lot of time wasted with those dudes. Also, we have... You weren't the one doing it, honey. Also, do we want to use our healing herbs, chat? Because we right now only have half stamina. So should we use our 2 healing herbs to get our health back, chat?
But yes, then it's not your fault. It's Big Boss's fault.
Yep.
His alone.
It's Big Boss's fault, completely. Blame Big Boss, hashtag.
Yes. Always.
I think we should heal. Heal. Okay, so you're going to pick a number. Go ahead. Here, my child. Okay, 10. Very good. All right, so we're back up to 28, and we used 1 of our healing herbs, so we have 1 left. Okay, now we can move on. So at least we get to move on from where we were, which was... we'll clear this out of the way. Man, we almost got that highwayman. Okay, so we are at 16... You didn't do it. Why do you keep saying sorry? You weren't responsible. Yeah, but that wasn't... It was me when I rolled that rolled for them that caused the problem. Okay.
It was you when you bought those dice on.
Yeah, exactly. It was my responsibility. I blame 10-year-old or 12-year-old me. Okay. Let's see. So we could go northeast, which would be right now we're at 16D. So we could go northeast. Which is I think where we were planning on going, but we have lost some time now, so I don't know. We could go east. We could go southeast. We could go southwest, which would be... We could go directly west along the road, or we could go northwest, which would be off the road to the northwest. And I don't know, that might actually still be in the bridge fields if we went up northwest. So that might still work for the bridge fields, technically. All right, what's it going to be, folks? Which way are we going to go? Get off the road.
Ugh, I'm hungry.
Sorry. I apologize for my eating this, probably not helping.
Oh no, that's not the reason. Just hungry in general. I think I'll just order takeout. Takeout? Takeaway? How do you say that? Ordering takeout?
Mm-hmm. Or delivery?
Yeah.
No, I normally just do M-A-M, and then I think it's another... I think it's actually either N-M or just M. No, that's name. M-A-apostrophe-A-M. Third breakfast. Take the little dagger and silently dispatch all the sleeping or passed out highwaymen. Yeah, man. I mean, they're freaking stealing stuff, and I'm trying to save people from Nazgul. What the heck? All right, last call. Last call. Okay, 17C. Now north of the water. Okay. The up and down travel through the meadows of the Bridgefields area slows you. Is this the wisest route, you wonder? Aha! Will you try to warn the Bridgefields area? So, here we go, chat. Do we try to warn the Bridgefields area now that we're in the Bridgefields? Do we try to warn them or not? I like the image, you're just standing by the river going, Nazgul coming! Okay. So we are going to try to warn. Okay. Here we go. The Fragrant Meadows. This is now 17. 15. Okay. The fragrant meadows of the Bridgefields area revive your sagging spirits. A friendly hobbit welcomes you into his kitchen and offers Terry a meal of bacon and eggs. Have you eaten 5 or 6 times today? He asks. You lead up to your mission. The fierce light in his eye leads you to believe you have an ally in this halfling. Pick a number and add your perception bonus. Okay, so go ahead and roll that.
This is mean.
Okay, 10, 12. Okay. Don't do it, it's a trap. Let's see. Your tale stirs your host's loyalty. He rises and swears to aid you in your endeavor, agreeing to spread word throughout the area. You warn the Bridgefields area. Yes, the Bridgefields will not fall today. Tomorrow maybe, but not today. The Bridgefields. Okay, I'll take a look at it in a second. Warned. All right, so we've warned the Marish and the Bridgefields. We haven't warned Buckland or Tuckborough or Hobbiton yet. All right, we're getting there, people. We're getting there. So we've now taken care of the Bridgefields. Now we got to get cruising over here. So we're at 17C. So let me just set up the vote, and then you can show the picture. So let's see. So northeast is 16B. And also I should set up my save point here. 17C. Okay, so north would be 16B. That would be heading towards the hills of Scary. East would be 16C. Let's see. Southeast would be 16D. Southwest would be 17D. West would be 18C. and northwest would be 17B. But northwest, I think, is pulling us out of our direction. We probably want to be heading southwest towards, we deal, Buckland, and then we've still got Tuckborough, which is southwest, and of course Hobbiton itself. So there we go. Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. Like, I think Whitfurrows, and, let me see. Like, Woodhall, for example, is in Buckland. So we could go, we could cut through Whitfurrows, which is the town to the southwest, go to Whitfurrows and then go south to Woodland Hall and then go west. And that would mean we would have warned every place. We would have warned Buckland and Tuckborough if we're successful, and then Hobbiton.
Wait, Woodland Hall? Isn't that like
No, Woodhall.
far or? But you said Woodland Hall.
Did I? I thought I just
Yeah,
said
this
Woodhall.
is the last time you said, like the time before you said Woodhall, but like then you said Woodland.
Oh, okay,
Hall,
my
I'm
bad.
pretty sure.
Yes, Woodhall then. Woodhall would be the place. Would we move this time if we moved west and then southwest over the bridge? It says that the bridge, actually it says the river is pretty easy to cross because there's all these footbridges and things like that, Esther, so I don't think that's going to be a problem. The water isn't very fast moving, they say, so for this particular case, I don't think that'll make a difference. Also, there is the fact that people might be watching the roads. I mean, the last time we went straight on the road, we ended up getting taken out by these highwaymen, so... these jerks.
Oh yeah, remember back when that happened so long ago?
I remember back in the day. 20 minutes ago. When we just got there. Okay. You can change your vote if you want, Elsewin. It's $ change vote. Yeah, there you go. You already know. You already know. Yeah, that's actually, that road that you're talking about is the road between Whitfurrows and Skerry, the town of Skerry, as opposed to Richard Skerry, illustrator and cartoonist. It was so long ago I can barely remember. What was that time? Picture's officially done, okay.
Why do I always fall in love with my Hobbit characters that I draw? It's the worst.
They're great.
Like my hobbits and my gnomes.
Hobbits
They're always the cutest.
Alright, so this is her latest that she just
Oh,
did.
I need to see.
So that's the farmer, I guess?
Oh,
Something
very
wrong,
nice.
man?
That's our character.
Very nice.
Her hair would have been a bit more poofy, but you guys just came out of water. Like, you guys just, like, were swimming.
So that's like soaked wet water?
Her hair is still wet.
That's funny.
Swimming.
That's good stuff. Slightly philosophical. What's up, Aaronell? How you doing? How you doing, man? Tolkien question: was Melkor really the one to blame when Arrow made him that way intentionally? There's always. It's hard to say. Ultimately, you have to believe that although they may make creatures in certain ways, there has to be some agency that you accept, and because of agency, that means that there is choice for them to do what they wish.
I got that.
Oh.
Oh,
It's like dripping at the end.
oh, I see. Yes.
There you go, big boss. Okay. He was like, wow. Okay, any votes? Any other votes? Well, listen, though. I mean, Terry's been trained and has worked a long time at this and is older than you.
Has been trained, have I?
And you spent a lot of time learning.
Well, yeah, but I guess.
For what? Oh, for Winnie and Wormwood? Let me get the book finished first. I can think of, worse people to do it than Terry. You, my love, as I've said many times, have shown potential. With work and time, that potential will be more fully realized. It's practice. It's not like you just bite a piece of scone and it's delicious, like this one.
You are the worst.
Okay. Southwest it is. Okay, 17D. True, Coven, true. Okay. All right, 60 minutes. The gentle stream known as the Water flows north of the road. It is easily crossable at numerous footbridges and fords. Near Whitfurrows, the road bears some traffic. Farmers, merchants, and shady-looking horsemen. Yet no one will give you a ride. Is it your shabby appearance? Then along comes a wagon driven by a crude-looking fellow who slows to look at you. Will you call to the man or move on? What do we think, chat? Are we going to call to this crude-looking fellow?
Well, I mean, if we are also crude looking.
Ah. Exactly. More crude than you. Call, trust someone. Okay, Elswin says move. Big Boss says called out. Still breathing here. Good, man. Esther says call, might give a lift. Okay. Two calls, one move on. He could be our Uber.
It reminds me of Halloween Day. I mean Halloween when
Call.
there's this person who was passing out candy like she was walking down the street. Can everyone hear me on this?
I think so. Hold on 1 second. One move and 3 calls. Last call for your votes, people. Okay, just one.
So, there was this one time I was at Halloween, and my friend and I were trick-or-treating, and this lady was walking by, passing out candy, and she came up to us, because, like, she was just walking down the street, and she came up to us, and she's like, nice costumes, here's your candy, and we're like, and then my friend's like, oh, candy on the go? It's Uber Eats!
Uber Eats. Nice. All right, looks like call out. Drawing horses are really difficult.
You want to know how I learned it?
Yeah.
It's like horses are just a lot of blobs, basically. So,
I based them on circles.
well, yeah, circles, blobs, that works. But like when you have problems with poses, just take a photo of a real horse and just trace over the circles, and then copy those over. That's what I do anyway.
Listen, what experience do you have in drawing ponies and horses for?
I know, right?
Like, really, I don't.
I actually did draw that picture. Remember when we did the thing before? It's like, you can carry me. You're all like,
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Right. No giveaway today, Esther. No. Okay, anyone else with this vote? It looks like we are calling out. Okay, because I didn't put this on our bot. All right? So we are going to call out.
Who are we calling out today?
Calling out. Calling you out. All right. If you call to the man, we will. You call to the driver. Halt, please. I would have a word with you. The man reins in and eyes you suspiciously. Might you be headed west? You ask. I'm visiting friends who own a farm just ahead, you add, blushing at your lie. The man nods and motions for you to climb aboard. As you step up, you notice a dagger hilt sticking out of the top of the man's boot. What are you carrying? He asks you, watching you from the side of his eye. Is he a robber or a spy or just nosy, you wonder? Nothing much, just provisions, you lie, ready to jump off the wagon in an instant. Before you can blink, the man reaches for the dagger in his boot, cursing you. You leap off the wagon. Do we run away or do we fight the man? Do we run away or do we fight him? So much for trust. Run.
hey guys, last time we ran, we got caught.
Yeah, but they were on a horse. Can we keep trusting him? I don't think we're trusting him anymore. Are we running away or are we fighting? So we have 2 for run.
I support that call.
Run away. Time to do our best, brave Sir Robin. Run away, run away. Okay, so everyone's running. Okay. You run as fast as your legs will carry you, your blood racing through your veins. After 100 yards, the man is still behind you, shouting, "We have spies everywhere! You'll never get to the Shire!" Oh, man. This guy called us out. Will we stop and fight the man, or will we keep running? Do we stop and fight him, or do we keep running? Run. Are we definite we can't trust him? Yes, Big Boss. We've definitely entered not trusting him territory. Okay, are we running? Or we continue to run? So Elswin says run. Aaron says run away. Brave, 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 brave Sir Robin. Sure, run. Okay, run, run, run. All right, anyone else for run? Anyone else for run? Run, hope someone else steals his card in the meantime. Shiv him in the kidney. All right, we have 4 runs and 1 fight. I think the run is going to pull it out, though. All right, so, little Larv, please pick a number, and then we're going to add 1 to it, because that's our running bonus. 7, 8. Good thing we had it. Okay, we move on. Woo! Got away. Man, scary places these days. All right. So the good news, though, is that we are now... Let's see, what was that? Was that 18D? I think we were... Where were we just now? Were we in... I think we were 17... What number were we? Unless we learned to trust. I think we were 17D, right? Okay, 17D. That's right, that's right. So that means we can now actually enter the town of the Whitfurrows. So... if we go northeast, that's 17C. If we go east, that's 16D, which is going the wrong direction. Southeast, also going the wrong direction. That's 17E. Southwest would be 18E. I guess that would take us off the road, but we can get to the town, which is one of the towns that we're supposed to warn in Buckland, I think, by going to Whitfurrows, which would be 18D. So if we go west, that would get us to the town. And then 18C brings us back over into the bridge fields, which I don't really know. Well, I mean, I guess it takes us off the road again also, so. Trust no one. All right, so which are we doing? So we were on 17D. So are we going northeast to 17C, east to 16D, southeast to 17E, southwest to 18E, west directly into Whitfurrows, to warn them there, I guess, 18D, or northwest to 18C?
Uh-oh.
Get to Whitfurrows and be like, hey, hey.
Hey, you there! Yeah, you guys in the farmer's outfit. Yeah, you.
Yeah,
Go
exactly.
twice. Oh, you're a spy. Well, dang it.
Welp. Okay, so we're going to last call this.
How do we know that those other people weren't spies?
Which ones?
Everyone.
That guy?
That guy? Well, because he's just a regular farmer.
How do we know that he's a regular farmer?
Because he said, because his name is Talk, he's a hobbit, he's holding a pitchfork. He was like placed there. He's like a sleeper cell. He's like an embedded agent that was put there, like, you know, like, someday you will be necessary to tell the story. Towns mean more food. This is true. These are true statements, Big Boss. All right, I will close the poll. We are getting into Whitfurrows. Okay, so we are in 18D, Whitfurrows. After a hard push, you arrive at the quaint crossroads town of Whitfurrows. So that's 28. That's 2855. Okay. So let's see, 2855. So that means it has been 47 hours. And 58 minutes, so basically 48 hours, so 2 days. If your journey has taken no more than 2 days, 240 minutes. All right, so we've only got 4 hours to spare, but, you know, to get the best possibility, but we got there. Okay, So, 10 minutes. Good stuff, folks. Even with all that loss of time from the bandits. Okay, from the highwaymen. Welcome to Whitfurrows. A simple hand-painted sign reads near a friendly inn, the Homey Ale. Hobbits doing their business stroll by, watching you closely. You ask one friendly-looking female hobbit for the sheriff or his agent, the contact Strider told you to make. She points you to the local pub. Will you try to warn Whitfurrows? I mean, we're here, I guess. Next on the sheet is either Buckland, Hobbiton is at the end. So basically Buckland or Tuckborough. So I think what we're trying to do now is look at maybe Buckland, and then we'll have to worry about Tuckborough after that. To get to actually Buckland, we'll probably want to go. If this works, we might want to go straight south to Woodhall, and then cut west through the path in the forest, because that will get us to Tuckborough. Okay, so yes, warn. Okay, let me just confirm. So it doesn't say that this is Buckland. Because I don't think this is quite... same region. I'm just looking to double check here. Just looking to see.
If you warn all the places, what happens?
Then that's what we're supposed to be doing. Then I think we win. So we could warn the trust they want to be warned. Warn. That being said, warn. Okay. So it looks like we're going to try to warn them. All right. Whitfurrows is a welcome sight. That's 60 minutes. So 9:25. At the Homey Ale, you find the sheriff's agent, a friendly hobbit named Pipewise. There you talk with the hobbit who promises help and gives you food and drink. You have warned Whitfurrows.
Woo!
Okay, so... warned Whitfurrows. Okay, we warned Whitfurrows. Now it says, if you want to buy provisions, we could buy provisions if we wish. So we could do that. Do you wish to buy provisions? Or do we wish to move on? Buy provisions or move on, folks. This hero asked us to go warn everybody. Basically is what happened.
A hero?
Well, his name
Totally
is
not
Strider.
Aragorn.
Strider, but you don't know who that is yet. She's read The Hobbit multiple times, but she hasn't read Lord of the Rings yet. Yeah, not so much. I don't know if we missed Buckland. I don't think so, because there's no spot that obviously shows on this side that we have that. I don't think that we missed it. I'm just looking quickly to see. Yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't miss it at all. Okay, so are we on schedule? I mean, we're ahead of time a little bit, but not by much. So we've got move in and inventory. So inventory would allow you to get things like a meal. You could get a dagger. We already have one. You could get a shield. You could get a spear. You could get a backpack, a rope, torches, water scanner, or pipeweed. It'll take 45 minutes to shop. So with that said, do we want to get inventory or do we want to move on? Elsewin says move on.
Move on.
Little Larv says move on for what that's worth.
So I don't count.
So you don't have to squish it? Okay, thanks, girl. So what say you, chat? Buy provisions, yes or no?
No.
What about Amazon same-day delivery? We actually even better than that. We have same-store delivery.
Ooh, fancy.
Just pick it up right from the shelf.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah, provisions means equipment, not just food in this case. And we have, I believe... believe we have silver. And... let's see.
I
And
think I'm done.
Silver.
I'm gonna do a shading on background on this.
That's awesome.
Thank
I
you.
love that he's like, what do I... Alright, let's see. Man, you can like, in the advanced game of this, you can hunt and forage. You can travel on horseback. There's like terrain and movement rules and everything. Can't
So
find
how much longer are we going for?
free silver. Not much longer. Probably about 10 minutes. 15
Okay.
minutes maybe. 15 on the outside.
Because in that case, I would like to call it a day because my arm is complaining.
Okay. This looks awesome, Terry. Do you want to stick on with us for another 10 minutes then?
I can stick around.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's really awesome. Can we buy a pony? The only provisions I'm interested in are food. Buckland is east. Yeah, I mean, we must have missed it. I get, but it didn't say that we missed it, though, Elswin, so I don't know. Because, like, east of the Brandywine doesn't really show us a lot of options. Like, I guess... Yeah, I mean, I'm looking and... I don't know. Maybe we should not worry about Buckland as much as the other places, so... Anyway, so we will see. We warned Woodfurrows. Tuckborough is the place we definitely need to warn. So we'll definitely need to do that. Yeah, I didn't see it on the map either side, so we'll have to think about that then moving forward. Okay. They might make it. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so it looks like people are buying. So I need a final decision here, chat. Yes provisions or no provisions? It looks like no from the way people were talking. So, okay, so that means we're moving on. I'll be out in like 10 minutes. No, unless it's a pony. It's not a pony. It looks like we're going to get outvoted here, Aesthir, or you're going to get outvoted in this particular case. But that's okay. All right, so we're going to move on. And so here's what we've got. We are in Whitfurrows right now. So if we go northeast, that's on the other side of the river, back to the northeast. It's kind of in the wrong direction. Directly east is that way. Southeast would be 18E. Southwest would be 19E. Directly west would be 19D, which would be heading towards Frogmorton. But there's also, if we're going to warn Tuckborough, we got to get into the forest and then west. So you have to think about that also. Southwest is 19E, west is 19D, and then northwest would be 19C. There we go. So, there we go. Die of starvation with a pocket full of incredible silver. You don't reach the Shire for 44 minutes. Exactly. So which way are we going to go, folks? We're in Whitfurrows right now. So we're trying to head west, and we need to get down to Tuckborough, and then obviously warn Hobbiton. So if we go directly southwest into the forest and get to that little path, then we can take the path west, which leads us eventually to Tuckborough, and then up north to Hobbiton. Or we can say, the heck with it, good luck to you, Tuckborough, and just head directly west on the road. Or we could go another direction and, I don't know, wander about. Yeah, the least option of just wandering about is probably not a great idea. Okay, we got one vote for Southwest. One vote for Southwest. Anyone else? Anyone else? We need someone else to jump in if we're going to do anything else. Anyone else? Any other votes? Any other votes? Okay, Esther also suggests that we go southwest. Big Boss says to go northwest, to heck out of Tuckborough. Okay. I think this is good, though, because this means that we will wrap this up in December. For our December session, we'll be able to finish it.
Oh.
Because we did basically 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, so. How much time do we have left? Not long, Big Boss. Probably about 5 to 10 minutes, I would say. Because I'm going to have to get ready for my stream at 4 p.m. and do a couple of other things. All right, I'm going to last call this and then close the poll. All right, so we're going down to 19E. 19E. 19E, 19E. The hills roll before you like great smooth serpents. Pick a number, please.
Right now I'm drawing her on the horse.
Oh, okay. 9. Okay, so we move on. Good, lovely. All right. So now we're in 19E right now. So northeast would be where we just came from. That's 18D. Directly east would be the wrong direction, but that's 18E. Southeast would be on that path. So southeast is that path that then cuts into the forest. So that's 18F. Southwest would be in the top of the forest, which is basically 19F. That's just continuing to make a beeline directly for the path, and then on to Tuckborough. So southwest is 19F. West is 20E, which is basically just like right on the top of the forest, basically, to the north of the forest. And then the last one would be northwest, and that would be 19D, which would bring us back to the road. Okay, which direction?
Which way?
19F continues down. And the dramatic crow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, vote 5.
What did you say, Sen?
Yeah. We got the first one. Both options are okay with me. All right, well, vote one way or the other, Aesthir. Please. What's up, West Riverette? Southeast. Oh, because you want to cut back to the path. Okay, that's not unreasonable.
Up.
What?
Up. Go up.
What's up?
We go up. Fly.
Oh, we go straight up in the air?
Yeah.
That is sadly not an option,
The
unfortunately.
eagles are coming!
Eagles are
the
coming.
eagles are coming!
Nope, sadly no eagles for us. All right, so we have a
Uh-oh.
three-way tie. We need someone to break this three-way tie.
The cat discovered the microphone. Rip.
Sorry, I can't hear you. I just hear...
Yeah.
You can change that vote, Elswin, if you wish. $ change vote space. So yeah, you go $ change vote space, whatever the number is you want to change it to, Elswin. You have not voted yet. Oh, you don't see the results. I'm sorry. That's because... I beg your pardon, because I've been covering it over here because I'm trying not to block the map. We're almost to the part where we can just keep it to the 1/2. So right now, Southeast is winning. Fate of the world lies on Aesthir rolling a die. Exactly. $ vote. Yeah. Well, you'd have to get a tablet for that, hun. Or another webcam that could show it, which I'd have to figure out a way to set, but I could try to do that. Okay, so we've got 2 votes for yes, possibly 2 votes for Southeast. We have got let's see, 1 vote for Southwest and 1 vote for West. All right, last call, and close poll. Okay, all right, so it is Southeast, so we're going to 18F, which is going to get us onto the path, which is understandable why we would do that. Okay, times 60 minutes. All right, so we've crossed the 3,000 barrier. Now over 3,000 minutes. Let's see. You see the edge of the Green Hill country standing before you like a verdant wall. A small east-west road cuts through the land almost apologetically. Move on. Okay, so now, and I think this is probably going to be our last vote, I think, of the day. So we have these now. So we are on 18F. So if we were to go northeast, which would be the wrong way, that would be 18E. Directly east would be 17F. South east. Whoops. Okay, yeah. Southeast would be 18G.
Don't eat the mic. No, help.
Southwest would be 19G.
Ugh, this cat, help. When is the next stream? Next week or the week after?
The next stream, I believe, is next week, and it's 10:30 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
19F. Okay, so let's see. Northeast, 18E. East, 17F. Southeast, 18G. Southwest is 19G. That's also Woodhall. Directly west is 19F, and then northwest would be 19E. All right. We do travel faster on the road, yes. The only problem is, Big Boss, that's measured against the fact that it's also a little dangerous, because, so... Oh, you didn't like anything about the picture but the horse? Okay, southwest, 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 southwest. Yes, yeah, exactly. All right, southwest, okay. Have we warned Woodhall? No, we have not. We have not warned Woodhall. It's not technically on our list, but you know. All right, but still, I mean, warning places is good. 19G. All right, we're going to close the poll. And that means that when we start up next time, we're going to start in Woodhall, which is 19G. And then if all goes well, we just go straight west. Get down to Tuckborough, warn them, and then go straight north, straight north and up to Hobbiton. So that is what we are looking at. And we've used 3,045 minutes, 28 stamina out of 36. Only big problem we had was those highwaymen that knocked us out. That was the biggest problem. But otherwise... Nazgul, and this is November 5th. Okay. Lovely. All right. So that's what we're going to be doing the next time. We're just going to move that like that so we can see where we are. I guess it'd be like, that would be probably safest. Okay. And we'll get rid of that. And, okay, so let's take a look at what we drew today. Terry, if you would.
Sure thing. So the warm-up drawing was this today.
Which was very appropriate. We spent some time in the forest.
Yes, that's what I figured. So, scary, tiny hobbit in the forest.
And forest. Deep, dark forest. Yeah, good stuff. I like that.
Then, of
Love
course,
this drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this way, away. I like everything about that, and that
Thank
crow
you.
is on point. I like
Thank
the
you.
shading of the whole thing. It's really cool. So
Thanks.
you drew the conclusion that trusting is overrated. Indeed, Big Boss. Yes, indeed. Okay, and last but
Then
certainly not least.
oop, and the cat almost fell over. Yes, this talking to the farmer.
Yes, the warning of Tak, the farmer, when we
Yes.
warned the Bridgefields. You've got to, no, the Marish, actually. Come on,
Yes.
Marish. So we had to warn them. And today we actually did manage to warn Marish, the Bridgefields, Whitfurrows. We never warned Buckland, but we don't even know if we can. And we haven't warned Hobbiton and Duckborough because we haven't gotten there yet. So,
Yes.
but that's what we had for, excuse me, that's what we had for today. Great stuff, Terry, as always. Where will the lovely people see you next?
Well, next week here, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Also, then you will see the kitty cat that keeps trying to eat my microphone. Yes, it's all very exciting, I'm afraid. But yeah, I would say same bad channel, same bad time, but no, not the same time, because we
Not
are
quite
playing
the same
a little
time.
earlier.
Yes.
Wait, if it's 10:30 for you, then it's 4:30 for me, I think. So yeah, that time.
That time. And where
That
can
time
they
when
find you?
Tren is gonna be completely dead because he's gonna have slept for 2 hours maybe.
Yes. yes. Correct with all that.
Yeah, aside from that, people can follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at TariToons. So yes, that's where I am.
Very cool. Thank you very much, Terry. And in answer to your question, Esther, yeah, so I just talked to them today. They are just finishing with the maps and final edit, actually. So yes, it is very close. All the contributions are in, all the art is in. So it's just finishing up the maps and the last edits. So, but yes, and of course we had as well, we had our art from my child,
Yes,
the
very
Wood
lovely.
Elf, with this. And of course, look at who we are. Are you all right, ma'am? Are you okay? Are you okay?
This one, I don't know what
Oh,
I
and then we have this
wanted-
one, which actually I don't think Terry saw, which
I
was.
wanted to
Oh?
draw the horse, but I couldn't. So I just
So we just called the lonely horse.
So I just drew a horse because I couldn't
Aw.
draw
I am the
Cute.
lonely horse.
the girl on top of the horse.
Lonely
along
horse,
with
very
the
cool.
highway guy.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you also for rolling for us. And Terry, thank you so much, as always, for the wonderful artwork. Really cool stuff. Chat, can we get some love for Terry? And, of course, you will see her as well next week for Adventures in Middle-earth. Terry, thank you so much. Always a pleasure.
Thank you so much for
And
having me.
I shall see you soon and give the cat a
Yes.
few pets for us.
Yes, I shall. Goodbye.
Bye, Terry. All right. Good stuff. And that is going to do it for me here, but it's not going to do it for me overall. At 4 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be over at GOG.com with Pen and Pixels and Pathfinder Kingmaker. And then at 9 p.m. tonight, we will have the Our Vocalists. And I just got confirmation that we will have a guest star filling in for Mr. Zach Clay, who has got the con crud after BlizzCon. Well, yes, you will also be here. That's true. But in addition to that, we will have our good friend Trendane, who will return for us. So it will be Trendane. It will be Little Red Dot, and it will be Rob, GC Darkside Rob, who will be joining us. Those will be the three. So I'm looking forward to that. It should be a good time. And I don't know why anybody's calling me, but they should be not calling right now. And that's going to be the deal with that. But I want to thank everyone for being here. Please make sure to check out the YouTube, !ArvTube, the Discord, !ArvCord, the Twitter with !ArvTweets. Very funny, Big Boss. Yeah, I'm glad you guys. Thank you so much. I think she did do a good job with everything, and it was great. So, !Arv tweets. Website is arvanillarun.com. Don't forget as well to check out the Patreon with !Arvtreon. That really does make a difference. The sub button is right above that video window. That makes a big difference too. And please consider supporting us over in the merchandise area, !Arv shop also. That's going to do it for me. No raid today because we're going to be over at GOG later on today. So thanks everyone. Much love to all of you, and I will see you wonderful people soon. Until then, everyone be good to each other, and thanks to Little Arv also. And go vote. If you haven't done so already, make sure you go vote because that's important. Love you all. See you over at GOG in about 40 minutes. Bye for now.
dream was straight and true. Were your mind untroubled by the questions in the dark? Content to play your part, open pathways to your heart. Were your life untainted by a host of broken dreams? When all your acts were queens, understood all that it means? Could you have understood the way your life was bound? Did you ever wonder how you got from there to now? Oh yes, you're gonna fly away from here, where the sky grows more clear, and your problems disappear, drift away down below. Watch them go down to your friends, where the trouble never ends, and there's always just one more day left to go. Go on and search now through your pile of broken lies, and your set of fake goodbyes, another cynical disguise. When will they catch you? All those little things you said, will it turn around instead? Blame the voices in your head. With all your subtle language, try and turn your life around. If your center gets unwound, you do your best to slow things down. And if you feel things that you never felt before, things that shook you to your core, a shattered truth you can ignore. Oh yes, you're gonna fly away from here, where the sky grows more clear, and your problems disappear, drift away down below. Watch them go down to your friends, where the trouble never ends, and there's always just one more day left to go. And when you've struggled and you keep on falling back, 'cause it's confidence you lack, you try and take a different tack. You can turn and face your demons, or you can give yourself a break. You can go a new direction, life is only